So.
This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife.
So.
Not your beautiful wife?
No.
What way?
That was a strange time to start recording.
I was
Okay.
aware that you were bisexual. Not that I'm judging.
Wait, what?
So hello and welcome back to Critical 20 today. I just realized Mimic's blocking the microphone, so he's moving.
Let us peek the microphone. Ding, 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 ding.
Good little
Apparently
Mimic.
Christian is leaving us.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
What?
Not
that a lot.
not because we're terrible, but because he wants to, which is almost the same thing.
He's leaving
He's
us.
leaving because of
He has our secrets. I'm just kidding.
You know too much, you have to die.
Can I see that real quick?
No.
Oh,
It's like mafia.
oh yeah, Victoria and Andrew are leaving too.
Nope.
No.
They may
I
be.
convinced them not to.
Okay.
You didn't read the text, did you, Christian?
No, I just saw like 30 texts. I'm like,
I read all those
That's
texts.
what I thought.
See, I saw 118 while at work.
See, I read all of the texts, so I understand all of it.
I fixed the problems.
But I clearly don't understand what happened because I thought they're permanently leaving no matter what.
Nope.
They're gonna see if they're gonna see about it next week because they just got down to price today.
Oh, right, forgot about that part.
So they're not coming up today, so maybe next week.
Meow.
Company
Alright,
problems,
so
you don't have to
Your
worry
last
about
day
it.
here is right before they might come back.
hell yeah.
Company problems,
We'll see how
audience.
we
You
do
should
in
not
2
be
years.
happy about that.
Hell yeah.
You should be happy about that when you're gone.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a lot of little.
So let's have a little talk.
Let's have a little
That's
talk.
a lot
I have
of
my
little
buddy here I want you to meet.
Hell yeah.
Why
Can
so
you hold
many?
this for me?
Because that's how many you have to have.
Here, hold this.
Please don't, please don't. The cane is coming with me though. The cane's coming.
No, it's not.
I know
It's not
it's
your
not,
property.
but that looks like
Fine, it's
Ganondorf,
my property
the big
now.
one
See,
on
it's
the
nice.
far left.
This one?
Oh.
It kinda does.
Somebody shoot the hostage, then he has nothing to bargain with.
So, who would like to recap last session?
I confused the god basically.
I was
By
dead.
putting it obvious that he
So
had
we
no
know what
escape
she's gonna
plan.
do now. If there's ever a hostage.
I was accidentally dead.
It was definitely not on
Keep up all
purpose,
the
wink
snooze.
wink.
Wink, wink, not just DM.
You just nod towards
Sure.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
I'm over
most
here.
I'm the most likely person to remember party members, but I was like,
green thumb.
I thought, well, he doesn't
It's
usually
healthy.
care, so how about I just do
So
go
you're
stuff.
like, but I just want to
I thought it was weird that he mentioned her body was still there.
Let's just.
I thought something was off, and I thought I should tell you guys, but we were kind of loud.
Yeah, I think it's funny. You guys usually assume when you guys know that when players aren't here, I usually pretend they're in the astral plane, which means you cannot see them as well. And I did specifically mention that Gabby's body did appear along with Ammon's.
Right, you did.
But Ammon had regained consciousness as walking with us.
Yes, but yeah, and Gabby never regained consciousness because
I
he was
forgot that part.
brought back to
I
consciousness.
made a.
And
Ow,
she was
ouch,
not.
guys. I tried to tell you, but we were loud, and I gave
So
up.
can we
So
do
I was like,
Gabby's part first? Because I'm
Or
curious.
tell me to speak to daddy.
Okay.
And then get
Let's
to my
just
pot.
begin.
Then get to my pot.
So,
I go do a thing that makes the thing I want to happen happen.
So-
Good thing happened.
to recap last session in a little bit more detail, if I can remember it at all.
DM is a butt
So-
sometimes.
Nope, Derek's got nothing.
I believe you all made your way through the labyrinth, either that or the session before. Ammon and Gabby were taken by shadows.
Oh, do you need help with this?
I was awake for long enough to
If
see
you want to.
the new prince guy be released from the
Yeah.
Ooh,
jail.
Alamat.
Alamat was released
The naughty body.
Yes,
from
that one.
from something that you were told was a heart of some nature.
So at
Of
the
the
beginning,
mountain
we were
or
all brought
something.
back. You were
Jonathan
unconscious
speaks in the
as-
third person. I'm just kidding. He just speaks in the
And
royal
like-
we.
I just speak differently.
We left with playing
Likes me.
by having Godric sacrifice, having Godric, really was Gilgamesh, sacrifice himself, and then afterwards.
And then you didn't even use the soul portal.
Yeah.
No, because then I created the High Lord and he got us down.
Well, hey,
I didn't even think that would work.
I thought you
You
prayed
did
to
help
universe.
me with my character a little bit, like in the way of me, like of getting everything cleared up with him, so he make his final departure. I mean, you did.
He's not dying.
I know.
Yeah, he's going into the
Oh.
west.
Yeah.
That is
Cry.
right.
Since
Your body
since
like,
I
your
since
soul
I
are-
said this over
Stop.
text,
I am dead.
I'm gonna
And
cry.
Nisha is
Yeah.
very preggers.
since I said this during over
Oh,
text,
I didn't.
the High Lord literally didn't exist in this world until 2 sessions ago.
Derek,
Because I hadn't thought that someone like that needed to exist.
Derek, in our plan, I did not consider that Tanisha was pregnant.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
She's very preggers at the moment.
Oh yeah,
Cow preggers.
Venetia's
How many
like
months
30
long?
days
Oh,
away.
right, she's got 30 days left.
Like
Oh,
our
that's-
time left, she's
Yes.
got a month left.
Oh,
Oh no.
Half a month in this little
oh,
time.
yeah. So we're
No,
gonna do
she's
Gabby's
very
story
Are you
first.
bedridden yet?
We had better settle down in some place.
Let's get started.
We better find a place to stay.
So,
We've
We
already.
also better make
We're
sure
at
it's
it
safe.
in right now.
All
Jonathan.
makers.
We're at it
Yes.
in.
I
We
can't
all went
reach.
to bed. Now it's morning.
This is
Ding.
yours.
No, ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna hit
Let's
it
do,
like
let's
this.
do Gabby's first, and then we'll. Yeah.
okay.
We all know.
What
So-
are you?
So you wake up eventually,
Eventually. Alright.
just surrounded by darkness.
Okay.
This is fun.
Oh dear.
I apologize to you and your character. I thought the High Lord would bring you along. I was wrong.
And you hear this voice in your mind. Your friends have abandoned you. They do not care for you.
Don't listen to it. It's sadness.
Join with me.
To be fair, I have only known these people for about, like, what? 3 days?
You know that is a fair point.
Well, actually, no, it's been 3 days actually, because it's very
We
weird
forgot
stuff.
that you existed for a minute because we hardly know you. So
Blame
it's
Derek.
Not, it's not our fault. We have an alibi.
Technically, you only known us about for a month.
Soda?
There was that hot prince guy, but
I'm barely
I only
leaning on
see-
his side.
There was also a
And
hot
that
god
old man.
guy.
And the woman.
Hot old
the hot old guy.
It's only manslaughter right now.
Oh!
Let's not confess to leaving her there.
The hot old guy, we don't need to pay attention. But there was the
Let's not
prince
say
guy,
anything
the I saw for a second. So there was at least him, but I don't know him that well.
You're right. You don't.
It's like
Are you sure you want
exploded
one?
and then he
So.
No. Last one.
currently Robassa is having a dilemma because she
You
is
said it's garbage.
How? How is that ow?
Ow!
alright. Oh
He rolled a 2 on a dexterity check to throw that.
If it was a 1, it would make his.
It would have,
No,
but
look
it
at your
didn't.
own head.
Oh,
That is
that'd be
true.
so good.
no.
It just bounced
Okay.
back.
Nah, man, you lost grip. It hit your head.
Alright.
Robassa is having a dilemma because she is quite lonely and now she has been abandoned.
We're sorry. It wasn't on purpose. We thought you were still with us.
Robassa is unsure of what to do.
You can always allow the dice to decide your fate. Evens.
I
you side with
can.
us. Evens, you side with us. Odds, you side with him.
Trust the shady voice.
Double
Here we
agent,
go.
double agent.
Evens. I trust the shady voice. Odds.
Roll on the book.
You have become Dowdle.
I have become.
It
I
should
like
be,
that. I
because
hate
of your better judgment as a person, it should be only 5 and 6 trust the voice, and then the rest not.
All right, that's fair. That's
You
fair.
think
Yeah, okay.
5 and 6.
5 and 6, you trust the voice.
Oh.
5
Everything
and 6 I trust the voice. Anything else, then I will try
Less than
to.
5.
Okay, Jonathan, keep an eye on it.
See, less than 5.
3. Okay.
We're safe.
Find no trusting creepy
I was
voices
hoping
tonight.
for a
We're
5
not.
or 6.
Okay.
I'm never trusting creepy voices.
I don't know who you are.
Robassa, where's the voice coming from? Can she tell me from everywhere?
It's like omnipresent.
Okay.
Good point.
And I'm just floating in darkness, I assume?
Surround
Or am I
sound.
standing? Standing in darkness?
At the moment you woke up, you were laying on cold stone. So
Okay, I would like to stand up and attempt to turn around, I guess, and leave. Try to walk away.
okay. You
2 seconds
turn
ago,
roughly 180 degrees and start walking through the darkness.
180 degrees. You could have just said you just turned right back around.
We went to Mazer. We
I
don't
turned
speak the.
95 degrees south. I'm heading that way.
He went to
Actually,
Mazer. He
just
does not
turned
speak the low people speak.
179 degrees. So that was...
That's a low.
I set my bearing 30
don't know.
degrees north by northeast.
We don't speak it.
What the fuck? That's okay. Fine.
Alright, so
Roll
I
an
start
intelligence
walking.
check to make
I
sure
don't
you know
know.
what you're doing.
I don't speak it.
Oh no, you're
2.
cold.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on.
I went south by southwest.
Okay. So I'm walking in the darkness. Is the voice still happening?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
That's not encouraging.
Oh, I should probably. You gave me a sword, and I left my previous character sheet at home. I should. Do you happen to know what it was?
It was a sort of like it had resistance to slashing or something like that.
I think it counted as a +1 weapon,
Yeah, it did.
which in and of itself had resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Out
I'm
of
not sure how to
context,
write all that.
Just seeing
but-
this word on my paper is like, okay, what?
All right, I guess I'll take out my 2 battle
It's like,
axes.
it's like we finally realized something. I'm like,
I'll take out both of those as I'm walking in the darkness. I'm listening very carefully for something to slash.
You hear. Either join with me or embrace your own destruction.
Alright. I guess Rabasa tries to slash in the darkness. Whatever's in front of her.
I attacked the darkness.
Why do you attack the darkness? There's nothing. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack. I attack the darkness. Okay, you attack the darkness. There's an elf in front of you.
Alright. And then guess I'll wait since I assume it just passes through the darkness. And nothing
Yeah.
happens. Okay. And then after a moment, I guess I'll keep walking, sort of like holding out my battle axe and I'm ready to.
Spin like a tornado of blades.
I
Oh,
could
gosh,
do
that
that. I
is
could
sick.
just spin all the way through with my battle axe and just keep trying to head it
so
straight.
is not the
Freaking
defenders.
boy.
I feel like that would end up
Smash
badly, and I
tripping.
might
Yeah.
end up tripping and falling on my
Yeah.
own battle axes. So I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Blade tornado.
I'm just gonna
Isn't that what
keep
you
holding
want?
out my battle axes as I walk.
How
You
most
share.
D&D.
Fine. Go and
Guilds
burn
start?
with the rest of it.
Lord of the Rings.
Almost
How,
10.
how most end.
And then you would feel your
Monty
form
Python.
shift.
Okay.
Does she appear where we are?
We started out as
Um,
Monty
We're in Almanin.
And we're ending worse?
Sure, why not?
Python. We created a new
But-
high.
Yay!
But I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
No, it's hi. How are you?
Oh my goodness.
Why are there 4 of
Okay.
you?
16.
I switched the time at which I take my pills, so
You
I'm kind
take
of off
25 points of psychic damage.
today.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh,
So we crazy sight?
26
25.
Okay.
points of damage from what?
Psychic.
Oh,
From your own brain.
it's just a migraine. It'll go away,
Oh gosh,
maybe.
the migraine causes
Okay.
25 damage. Imagine everyone in real life.
Oh, then we will be dead.
Yeah.
I've never had a migraine.
Yeah, same.
I have, and I'm gonna sit right behind
Okay.
my eyes. It was the worst.
Oh, I hate when that
I get
happens.
migraines like all the time.
And I'm now with them. Again.
Yep.
Alright.
Masa! Yeah, you're alive!
You're alive!
I'm gonna kill
What?
you.
How? What? Oh, she teleported. Psychic damage from teleporting. I got it. Never mind. I'm slow. Up here.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
goodness.
sure you're not
Yeah,
still
I'm
walking
up
too?
there.
What is up
Rabasa
there?
is not very happy after all this teleporting and craziness happening.
Oh yeah.
I think she's gonna come over and give you a hug.
Almost
because
judging
you
is
just appeared on
weird.
her.
What?
And hormones.
What's up there? Wanna know?
I think
Yeah.
Rabasa is going to start
What exactly
crying.
are you thinking about saying?
I'm
I
sorry.
think Benicia
don't
start
want-
crying.
You don't wanna
Okay,
know.
now
That
I
makes
think
no sense.
Evie's gonna
You wanna
take the
know?
hug and
Okay,
Ed,
Rabasa has started
No, not
crying
crying,
upon
but just-
being hugged
Ed joins as well.
and
Just
drops
hugging
both
and
battle
comforting.
axes.
I'm just in the room with all of my little god is.
Wah wah.
What's Corbu doing?
Our boss is
He
not having a
left.
very
I
good
mean,
life.
He's not. He did not like the fact that his contract left
Yeah.
the city and now he lost 1,000 gold.
Sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry.
That's
Not really.
Just for the sake of this, we're gonna say that Godric gets his soul back and gets the other soul out. Before 30 days have passed.
Yeah.
Because
Because-
magic.
preferably.
So as
Ooh,
this
okay.
is happening, he Alamont just sees his hair go from like a dark black, just turn into a light brown. Alamont?
Alamont's hair or yours?
No.
He has no
You said
control
Alamont,
over
sorry.
Alamont.
I was
No, Alamont sees.
If I think
Oh, okay.
hard enough, maybe.
And then like
The
as
Force
he
doesn't
opens
work
his
that
eyes,
way.
Instead of like a blue ocean, it's a force with his force green eyes. He just slowly gets up. Huh. He grew a beard. Good on him. But I like a clean shave. Hello.
This is Godric, right? Because Gilgamesh was ripped out because almost
My name-
got mad at him.
Gilgamesh.
My name is Jacob Atono.
Ow.
What the heck?
Well, he does get to pick the soul, to be fair.
He knows too much.
Oh, I see what you've done.
Question is this another soul, or is this the actual person, the owner?
That's true.
We don't know anymore. It's time to kill him to make
Because
sure
he
this problem doesn't
restored
come
the
back.
Godric soul. Right? He restored Godric's soul.
Yeah.
He just gets up, he just looks through his bag, sees the book,
It's just gonna keep happening, but it won't
So
happen.
this is
if we
it.
kill him.
and another book. Starts reading through it. Huh. A lot of things about his companions. This must be his diary, even though I asked him to make a book. Well, I'm pretty sure the others don't want to see this. So, with the snap of his fingers, the book just erupts in black flames.
That was a story of our travels, but okay.
Alright.
Which book was it? Was it one of the magical books?
Was it the book of
No,
Magic
this
Book
is his
Woodwork?
own book. But it turned out to be a diary instead. So he just erupts in black flames.
No, the daring adventures of Terry and Darrington.
Your adventures of Godric Brightheart. Yes. Stab.
Well, I guess
Pretty
our
sure it
entire
probably would show up at this point.
journey is
Remember, like,
Rasa is still crying, but picks up
Now,
at least one of her battle axes.
I'm still passed out.
Baby's
I know
probably still
this
over
may
Lhasa, just
sound
like,
odd,
You're back now,
good
you're
Sarah,
back now,
but
we're
I
so
was wondering
sorry.
if you could leave the room real quick. I would like some privacy.
Okay, he
Creepy
does.
voice.
just probably teleports off.
So-
honestly.
Creepy voice was talking
Just-
in my
and then
head,
after a while,
and
he
there was
just
an old
shaves
man.
his beard, puts his
Oh,
his heart, his hair into
The
a
old
gross
man
knot.
was kind of attractive, but he was also really creepy.
oh.
I just
There,
hear.
there, Lhasa.
I just open the door.
Plenty of
I hear crying. Is everything okay?
Why?
Okay, never mind.
That was not a good way.
That was the book of our travels. Everything we've done is gone.
No, we have
Ah.
the other two books.
Those are only
These are three
dreams.
books. There's dreams. There's the one that tells random stories, and the one that actually
We
writes
have a
down.
random
And then the one that records your life.
And it wasn't the record your life, for goodness sake. It was a diary of himself.
Mhm.
Freaking.
But it was more accurate than just the rando.
And literally magic recording everything you've ever done.
Dumb or something.
Not
Since you
it
got the
started from
book.
the time you got it, and we only
Yeah.
got that like halfway through. He's been there from the beginning, so wah wah. That's gone.
So I just walk out in the tavern, smell myself. Oh, I smell cute. I'm just gonna go to like the bathhouse or something like that.
Okay, and there actually is one in Ormother.
I knew it. I know that. Because we actually went to that.
It's in the Dock District.
Yeah, so I go.
What's its name?
Give me a
Ooh,
second.
The Mermaid's Pool.
What street is it on?
Uh,
in the
Mermaid
dock
Lane.
section.
The Dock District is pretty much just an open plaza.
You've been
It's
there.
on the edge.
What's the address?
Wait, have you been there?
666 Satan's Hand.
I don't like this. I don't like this street. It should be burned and cast out.
You know, Ed, I have to agree with you. Let's do that.
It is known as the
Perfect
Trickling
time.
Stream.
No, it's already burning over there on that
Alright.
street.
Oh.
So I make
and
my
the
I make my way over there.
minimized. There we go.
You can make it big
Make
again.
my way over there.
Make it great again.
And we are recording everything. We did a mic check, and right because last time that happened.
That was a while ago.
Yes, we did a checkmate.
Okay.
Check me.
So yeah, I just
Chex mix.
I
No,
just-
checkmate.
I just go take a bath and just I'm done. just head back to the inn. Go back.
Well,
to the
bye, I guess.
Just walking down the street with my key.
What was with him?
I entered back.
There's too much going
I entered back in the inn with just seeing this, and I'm like,
Just like this bunch of girls are just like crying. Just like
Ed's not
I
crying.
just come out. I just come out.
Been teleported like 12 times in the last week.
Is everything okay?
Ed's trying to convince her to take a nap to sleep it off.
You look different, and you were already. I already didn't trust you.
Just take a nap. You'll be fine afterwards. You need to rest. You've obviously
I'm
been
gonna
through
walk
some
downstairs
sort of trauma.
No, my name's Jake.
Being left behind and all.
You must be.
I'm a terrible person.
Yes.
I'm sorry, this is terrible.
Yes.
Cookie. Alright. I'll take a cookie.
I'll take one.
You, good sir.
cookie.
Okay then. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
I'm not in the room.
We already
by the
know
way,
each other.
So you know.
Oh, well, the old you.
I got a
guess.
question though. Where is everyone at the inn right now?
We're
No, right?
probably
So,
Or not?
yeah, I should. What has Godric told you about his backstory? Told you about a,
Gilgamesh told us about Godric's backstory.
It was a friend who, in a sense, did some fun experimentation and he ended up getting several souls trapped in it.
did he say that there were 4 bombs?
He killed 4 people?
There was actually 5. Godric was one of them.
Who the heck? What?
Our souls got fused together in the process.
Hmm.
In an effort to stray away from Gilgamesh and Omarzin, we had to have Godric be sort of the main front, sort of like the head honcho, if you will, like the caretaker or whatever. Basically,
Just a typical carrot cake.
we did this in order to throw Gilgamesh and Omarzin off our trail so they won't kill you.
Who are you and what are you talking about?
Now you see, the reason why he was. I just snap my fingers and the Godric's books just appears in my hand.
I thought you burnt it.
No, that was the
Yes.
diary.
Spellbook.
This is my spell. This is the spell book.
Oh.
Bastard. I knew it. I knew he was after something. Now, for those of you who don't know, my partner in this experiment was actually after. Well, I now know what he was after. He was after relics.
Okay.
And this is one of the powerful artifacts that can do a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and each soul actually had one in their past lives.
I'm not chaotic evil, I won't do that. I thought, I want to stab the book! I want to stab the book! Stab the book!
No, you need to be chaotic neutral to do that.
That's
Not chaotic evil.
Or just
chaotic
an ass.
evil. I would just take it and steal
No.
it. And
Chaotic
go do
evil
terrible
is
things with it.
You stab person, you get book.
Good thing I'm neutral good.
Hey,
Sad
guess
person.
what? Venetia's chaotic neutral.
Stab the book!
Guess who's chaotic good?
He picks it up.
By the way, has anyone seen a character
Oh,
sheet?
one interesting.
No.
One
I have
interesting
no
thing you
idea.
should know about me is
Check
that
the
you know
drawer.
how wizards, or just you know how fire's just orange and red,
Wow.
just black and purple.
He's a fae! He's a drow. Drow fire!
Now that we got that out of the way, I need my
Shush. I'm thinking. I'm
snapping book this way. Oh, I got rid of my smoking pipe.
That was a bad habit.
No, but I like.
Are the two
You're gonna get miner's lung.
God brothers still present?
Yes.
You're gonna get cancer.
Alright.
Fine.
It's not
Famous last
fine.
words. Famous last words. I'll be fine.
No famous last words hold my beer. That's
So,
how
yeah.
that goes.
I
Alright.
just pull up a chair, sit down. So, how was he?
How do you mean?
How do what?
Now was Godric, was he nice? Was he?
He was my
He
friend.
was the entire rainbow. Everything from good to bad to wonderful to terrible.
Godric was good. Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
This body that you
Omar,
are
on the
having.
other hand, I could have stabbed him myself.
Yeah. This is my body.
Yes, everything that was in there, everything in the rainbow. It went all sorts of everywhere. It's like a schizophrenic maniac ran into our lives and he's like, hey, let me help you. How about I stab you instead? Bam! And then he helps us with the thing, and then stabs another one of us. That's about how it went. Except for without stabbing and more threatening.
Consider Omar and Gilgamesh.
I don't think
Godric
you
was
are.
fine.
I suspect that you actually are not sorry, and you think this is hilarious.
In my life.
I am.
She's just a bit bonkers. It's okay.
Well. Time still. Oh. I'll be right back. I go off to the Crimson Archive.
Wait a minute.
Why?
I'm gonna pack up my
Bye
items and get ready.
Okay. Why don't we just
Where
focus
are
on
we?
what we're supposed to be doing?
You're currently in the city of Ormali, known in the White City Tavern.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
I come into the room you
So-
people are in.
Venetia,
Yes.
do you have
I
a sword
bump
on
into
you?
that. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh, you're awake. Finally.
Currently,
Shall we have a drink to
Imagine
celebrate?
a person
Robassa
walking
is attempting
around
to
with a
regain her
mace.
composure.
Yeah.
After the emotional breakdown.
Yeah, definitely.
Less than
When
one
she,
month.
as she
brown-haired
approaches the
I will hit you.
the new god,
It's funny. Jonathan just brought up a
the
very
handsome
good
one
point.
that's
I'm
not a
pregnant
cloud.
lady carrying a mace.
That's so cool.
I'm a very pregnant lady carrying a mace.
How heavy is this mace? Should you be carrying it at all? I
don't
think you
really
should-
want to stop Venetia from carrying her mace. She
I
might use it on me.
I don't
come-
think she would if we asked nicely or bring up a good point about.
Okay, well you are welcome
I walk
to do
into
that.
the room.
Absolutely, go for it.
I go do
We'll
that.
start fine.
Well,
Okay,
are we going?
we haven't even
find an oracle, right?
decided to do
Oracle
anything.
helps
Yeah.
find the tier of the
Oh,
gods
hi.
or whatever, right?
I don't think we should
You're
go with
back.
Venetia
I'm
in
back.
the condition
Ow.
she's in. I think we should wait at least
I don't know.
30 days.
So,
Okay.
There was
while this is
there was
going on,
this
Darren,
going to do
black
with the
I make my way
void
to the
and
Crimson Archive, just walking.
What are we
some
gonna do?
voice
I'm
was
back.
talking to me in my head, and
They mostly just look really confused.
then my body was in pain, and now I'm back here, and I don't know what's going on. I've teleported way too many times in this last small period of
What?
time.
Robassa,
I hate magic.
Also, it's like jet lag to like the infinity because it was like 2 months
Oh,
in like a
gosh.
split second.
What?
Jet lag times 2 months.
It's okay. Everything
So,
will be
as
okay.
everyone's
Where's
just
the jet lag? All
looking
but
to
I
spare
hate
dudes.
magic.
breathe. Just breathe.
You need to roll with the punches. Take a nap. You'll feel better.
No, we
That's not
didn't
very
forget.
It is. It's helpful. Take a nap. You'll feel
And
better afterwards.
technically, you
There's
was
myself
Probably
for
did
What time of
Tori
day
Hog.
is it?
technically,
I don't
technically
even know
you
what
was
I'm really
still a
doing.
member
What time
here.
of day is it?
So
Does it matter?
What, 2 years, 3, 15? Who cares?
Derek, what time of day is
Is my
it?
room still in order?
we'll say it's getting closer to
Yes.
evening.
Okay, Robassa is going to
Um,
retire early for today. If there's
actually,
any place where she can.
Venetia's gonna show you to
I'm gonna
one of
just
the
go
rooms
straight
that
to my
imagine
room.
she's actually gonna go to
And,
sleep
as
too after
I-
a meal.
as
She's like,
I
"Oh,
Okay.
I just
I'm
want to take
tired."
a large whiff.
He's going to process.
Ah,
Close your lungs.
That's.
The scent of dust.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Oh, fate.
Robassa is going to retire to a room with.
Anyways,
Venetia.
Venetia.
I just go in. I just go like I just get on the ground, just crawl underneath my bed, and I just pull out a wooden box with a fire insignia on it. I just open it.
And I steal the box with my
Right
roguey
there.
ways.
Nice.
I still lost my mind. I just
It's the thought that
I
counts.
just take.
That's terrible. That was horrible. Why would you say that?
Oh blood, oh blood.
That was so bad. I'm upset. You've upset me. What have you done? That was so bad.
Brownie points.
Yeah, I just
Does it actually
take out my
You have
wand.
brownies?
No,
Ooh,
brownie
what are those?
points.
Chips Ahoy. Could I get one of those?
Brownies originally meant small creatures.
So,
It's true.
Like Nisa?
Can I hold? Yeah.
so I just take the wand out, close it, put it back on the
Remember,
bed.
the
and
judgment
then I
comes
go
to all
back
those
to
who've
White
lost their
Tabernacle.
fizz.
Okay. Those two are now sleeping. Ed is still awake, I'm assuming.
I just-
Okay.
The
Brady's
pregnant
probably
lady went to bed.
I'm sitting next to the
lady
door,
and
just ready to
emotionally-
leave.
needs to process things lady went to bed.
I just walk in. I'm like, oh yeah, I grabbed my smoking pipe from the chest as well. So I knew it would be there. So I just light it with my black flames, just sit down and smoke. And be like, waiter. Hello?
The barmaid walks over.
To his room?
Can
No,
Oh, wait.
he's in the
Oh, okay.
No, he's- yeah,
Because
he's
I'm
in the main
this
part
is
of the
awkward.
tavern.
Okay. I didn't know they did that here.
what do you have on the menu?
Well, oh, I can't remember. Let me go check really.
Well, that's good.
New here?
Do you have tavern music?
So I just motion my way over to Easy.
I remember those. Those are like my childhood. The heck. Nostalgia.
That's fine.
You seem not that
Derek,
comfortable.
could you pass us those,
Did I do something wrong?
like those, the pink and white thing?
What's that?
Did you ever have these?
It's
It's like childhood.
Inside check.
It is childish.
Childhood!
It's childhood.
And that is why I bought them, because they're childhood.
My grandma Grace gave me those when I was a kid.
Oh, they're great.
Nostalgia. Have a taste of nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
So,
The nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. All right.
today we have cod fillet
Ooh, that
that
actually
is
sounds
that has
good.
been seared, and I don't remember what spices are on it, but it's got a little bit of heat. On a bed of, I think it was something like spinach or something like that. Sorry, I'm a little out of it right now.
Don't worry, it's all good.
Has something happened?
All right. No, I'm just
Tired.
yeah.
The road's about to end.
It's been a long day.
Don't say that in front of her. She doesn't need to know.
So,
the road's gonna
What's
end.
the point?
So that'd be about 3 silver pieces.
We did pay for the room.
Sometimes people literally cannot
Yeah, but
handle the truth.
You don't get like
If the truth
special.
is that the government does know where aliens are, can you imagine the panic that would happen if they actually announced it? Sometimes people cannot handle the truth.
Dog.
Why have you told me this?
It's like running into the theater for the
Is she
first time.
panicking right now?
Fire! That's what he just did.
Or running into the theater and yelling, Gandalf dies at the end.
No.
You will die. You will get killed.
You're doing the joke wrong. It's Dumbledore dies in the end. That's the joke.
I messed it up! They look so similar in my head.
So she comes back with
That
this
was sad.
beautifully seared fish with like slices of lemon on it, nice bits of like rosemary.
I just take the lemon. I just immediately rub into flames. Alright then.
She kind of looks at you for a bit, and then turns around and walks away.
Yeah, you have a lovely day. And I just start digging in.
It's pretty good.
I can't taste it, but I'm pretty sure it's good.
You can't taste it?
No.
Your taste
My
buds are gone.
taste buds are gone.
So they said that's what they prepared for this evening. That's all.
So, what's the plan?
That was the special.
All the special.
Plan? Anyone?
Evie's talking to Ed right now.
I'm just trying to decide what to have. This is a
Supposed
pork
to be
pound.
leaving to
I'm
my
sure they
place.
have.
Shrimp
Do
is
they have
far
garlic
away,
sauce
but we aren't leaving
with
for
shrimp?
some reason.
It's nighttime. We're going to bed.
Also, apparently
we don't
have to
have
wait-
garlic
we have to wait
sauce,
for
but we do
permission.
have a special sauce that we do use
If you
with
want
the
to wait
shrimp.
that long, the dish is okay.
Okay, I'll
I
have
don't
that.
think that's gonna be
Okay.
deal maker.
So
Yeah, but would you rather
she
do
brings
it in a
out
safe
this little,
city
like
or
the
out on
classic,
road?
like almost like a wine goblet with
You
like
can
a
see
fish
all
in
the
it.
way she wakes up.
Nowhere is safe.
You
And
can only
it's-
ask Venetia when she wakes up because she's probably half dozing in her bed. Although
Yeah.
she probably would
Just
get up
kick
again,
down the
just
door. Hey, you want to do this on the road?
So
Probably can't sleep very well at this point. Just
I'm a terrible person. Why did I think that? I
So-
said when Venetia wakes up, and the first thing that popped in my head is if she wakes up.
so Jonathan,
I'm gonna say she
and
can't sleep.
basically
she's gonna walk
the
down.
stuff they give you with the shrimp is more or less a salsa.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds so good.
Yeah.
I haven't had dinner, so I'm hungry.
Then why are you guys ordering food?
No, I mean, I haven't. In real life.
I know. Then why are you ordering food?
I want food. When do you take your pills?
At night now. Usually at 9.
9.
Okay.
But I switched the
Because
schedule.
Okay, because you're getting crazy.
Yeah, I switched the schedule up, so I'm now taking all my pills at night instead of some in the morning and some at night because that was just too much for me to deal with. So now I'm slightly off because everything is different. The chemicals in my brain are slightly off.
So I'm just wondering because, like, Alright, so.
Let's go do a thing.
So she came back down to
So
bed,
you
what's
two are
going on?
asleep.
Hi.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just over here.
Venetia couldn't sleep, so she joined the others downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Robasso's sleeping fitfully
Go find an
upstairs,
oracle,
so I
go
assume
find
it's
some other
upstairs.
stuff in order to
Yeah.
use that to build up the barrier or amplifier or whatever.
Venetia,
trying
how,
to
Good
get-
journey.
I'll make her out because apparently he's a bus.
Venetia,
Yes.
how long do you think that will take to find that?
No idea.
What a plot.
Do you think this is a good plan to go and do right now?
You wouldn't know who the homemaker
How do you mean?
is.
Everyone knows who the All-Maker is.
You know exactly what I mean. You know
I
best
don't care.
what I'm
You
talking
don't know.
about. You're the person who is most
there's
acquainted
gods
with the
right
thing
now.
that I am talking about.
And the fact that I'm gonna go
He
first.
knows who the All-Maker is. He
Okay.
is a
Not
researcher of the Crimson
That's
Archive.
the entire
And the
point.
All-Maker didn't change.
Oh, okay. You don't know about the gods. Gods? Gods? I don't care that you don't know.
What? Okay. So
Venetia just very bluntly said that she is saying that sure that's a good thing to do right now with your condition is she's like, so.
here's the point.
So, what's going on with the gods?
Well, apparently all the old gods are gone and we have new gods.
Don't destroy my theory.
And apparently the All-Maker also wants to basically destroy the multiverse. Apparently he's not good, and Alamantu, who is always seen as like the evil bad guy, is actually a good guy.
Oh, damn.
The guy who restored your souls, yeah, that's Alamantu.
Oh.
The Dark Prince is also apparently good.
No.
What?
So
All right.
Robot Target?
So
Not as much as I like it.
are
I'm sorry, did I make a bad impression on you?
you weren't there? Another spirit was there inside your body. You didn't make the bad
But
impression.
from like my spirits, like, did I do something right?
You're fine.
All right.
But it's fine. So, Venetia, are you
Women
I have
this heavily
some
pregnant are
oatmeal
not supposed to
cookie.
do heavy lifting or
What?
strenuous activity.
I'm just over there juggling fireballs.
What if we get into a fight? A big one, like we normally do, because we mess up a lot.
They just disappear and you just
What's the plan? If you all of a sudden feel like the baby's coming at that point, in the middle of a battle, what are we supposed to do?
To come across that bridge when you get to it.
That's not a good plan!
And this is Venetia we're talking about.
I think we should
She's
stay here.
far more stubborn than any of us.
There's none left. Alright, I've been rejected.
No, that's
Hey, we should stay here.
Robassa came down for 2
until
seconds, looked for
the baby
cookies,
is
and
born,
came
the
back,
baby
went back
can wear it
upstairs.
in a
Still
backpack
tears,
and
still
take it with
streaming
us
down
for
her
2 weeks.
face.
You went down here for a single cookie. Didn't even
Instead
take like 5 just to one.
of having it at risk more by other things happening. What happens if we get attacked by a dragon? Which more than likely will happen with our luck. You will both be eaten. And then, because we'll be trying to protect you, and you'll probably have a hard time fighting it, considering how heavy that mace is.
Oh, you have a mace. I just noticed. Oh, that's a mace.
You've been carrying a mace around this whole time. Just
Should you even be carrying that now? How much does a mace weigh? I have a thing. I have a book.
You have a book.
4 pounds.
4? Only 4?
Yeah, you're not talking Sauron's mace. You're talking the
Yeah.
standard everyday bludgeoning object.
Yep.
I should have brought my
4
smoking pot.
pounds.
I'm gonna leave
Okay.
it smoky.
Well,
Just rest
Should probably
Well, that's fine. I was thinking it was like,
That's a mall.
yeah,
No, she can't
everything's
lift
good.
that. She just has a
That's
mace.
fine.
you can have a mace.
I will allow this. I was imagining something like this big, and I'm like, don't pick that up, please. Thank you. All right. I-
How much did you say was okay for me to carry now?
You would agree that us in this group are basically a family now. We've been together for, a year and a half by now.
Oh,
I've
you guys
been
think
here
I'm
for,
from
like,
family?
I've been here
Ah,
for all of
that's
like 4
savage.
weeks.
My thought. Godric was.
Ooh.
Our souls were fused together, so that counts.
You're not Godric.
It was a little more boisterous than Godric ever was.
He was always sitting under a tree reading his book.
This one? His artifact?
Probably.
Not that book, that's not a book. Look at that, I'm trying to flirt with Evie, so.
Excuse me.
You did not.
I do vaguely remember.
That is incorrect, Evie.
I do remember some glimpses when our souls were fused together about
Are you sure?
this, about her, seeing images of her.
That's probably the lie.
I'm tired now. I'm going to bed.
Sweet dreams. Now, do you guys hate me? Like, I know I'm not your friend, but
You could be useful. I mean, you have fire, which is good.
You could be useful.
That's an ass move.
You can be useful to
I have got plenty of
join us.
We shall see how it goes.
For darkness awaits all anyway.
Just
Might as well drink the world away.
don't steal anything from us in our sleep
Mary.
and help us in battles, and you'll
And no
be
kidnapping
fine.
people
No
from the
kidnapping.
party.
What? Oh.
Don't bring that up. I have made a rule that we are not allowed to bring that up anymore. The problem has been solved. No more.
You are like a
Sounds
tyrant
good.
or something.
So are we allowed to bring
No.
up episode 11?
No!
What happened in episode 11?
You
I didn't-
don't remember?
And this happened in episode.
Oh, that episode 11.
Alright.
But, hey! This! All this! Don't make her laugh too much.
You're gonna make her have
Better
contractions.
breathe.
I'm not gonna drink right now.
Okay.
Becca is
put
dead.
this on.
Broken Becca.
You're the one who- No, that came out wrong.
She's having contractions. Somebody. Does anyone hear a doctor?
Becca is dead.
Continue
Well,
with your
you're a
conversation
nerd.
until accepted into the group.
I'm a doctor of French literature.
That was working, Casey.
Dude, that hurts real good because I'm taking French.
Okay,
Freaking
All right.
jerk move.
Alright.
Are you okay?
good. It's time to laugh.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I like a good
Is
joke.
the baby okay? You know it's a she?
I said should be okay.
Oh, I heard she, and I'm like, how do you know? How do you know this?
Magic.
That I
Magic.
have no
Magical,
response to that because that would probably be
I
true.
mean, like, it's a 50-50 chance.
Yes. But it could be a demon. Probably not.
Okay, so.
Alright, well, this is
Okay,
going
that
weird
was
places.
clarified.
Let's
It's not
stop
what
right
we
there.
That was out of character! I was thinking to myself, this is Jonathan thinking, not Ed.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Anyways, so I promise
Let's
I
see
will
if plot
not get in
happens
your
now.
way.
Anything? Is
Sleep
anything
time, and then
happening?
when we wake up, we're gonna do
Not at
stuff.
the moment.
And you guys don't like me
Alright.
that much, but okay.
So it's a bunch of people just started at the tavern. By the way, this is not the cup.
But can we get-
It's on the material plane.
As a part of it?
Alright, and it's the next day now.
Our souls were fused.
Okay, apparently it's the next day. Poof.
Bedtime.
Go to bed and Nisha's starting to
Good
come
morning,
from
all.
sleeping because that happens.
How are you?
Me?
How are all of you?
No, I'm touching this point.
Are you
I
all
said,
meeting?
how are all
Oh,
of
how
you?
are we? Okay. How old in my mind? Okay.
How old are you?
16.
How are we all?
Yes.
Like in the morning? Just like,
Morning sickness. Blech.
no, that is actually over by now.
Oh, I don't know how that works.
Alright, so where are we all meeting? Downstairs or by the rooms?
We're probably meeting in the rooms because it's less public, so that we can talk to strange shadowy mists and not look crazy.
Okay. Is
No,
Rabasa
the
in
largest
this room
of
or in a
all
different
Talk
room?
to ourselves.
This
not
is
look
my
crazy.
friend the
Which
Dark
room
Lord.
am I
Please
in?
say hi.
Am I in the same room? Am I-
So we probably get all settled down in the largest room that we have rented.
Okay.
Probably
They're all the same
Rabasa
size.
slowly.
Very
Rabasa sort of
We
throws
go
the
step
door
around.
open.
We could all go to Rabasa's room before she
Fine.
wakes up and gather around her bed and just.
No,
Ed,
it's too late
that's
for
a
that.
bad
Rabasa
idea.
just stormed
Ed.
in, threw open the door with a loud thud,
Hi.
and slammed it behind her. She's now here. She has a battle axe in one of her hands. And
Oh,
she
God.
puts that right in the floor in front of her. Stone faced, she stands there. Right in front, and she leans against the door.
Oh, I see. You want to fight.
Don't antagonize her.
We're about
She
to
will
load
kill you.
this morning.
I'm doing much better, thank you.
That's
that
good.
sounds
I'm gonna
untrue,
go and stand over
considering
by Rabasa.
the floor that we're gonna have to pay for.
Oh, is it a tag team battle?
It's just a little bit.
We're not fighting.
Considering how
Can we
more than
call
half of
upon
the
our
head of
lovely
your
other
axe is
beings
in the
who are
floor.
helping
I
us?
think it's more than a little.
How do they know when we need to talk to them?
Well,
She
Maybe
didn't slam it
Starfire,
down
how are
that
you?
hard. She just went like.
Oh, she just said it like
Starfire.
hard.
Starfire.
What?
Starfire.
She just set it down hard.
Okay, everyone! How do we call upon the lovely shadowy people to come talk to us?
What is this about shadowy people? What did I walk in on?
Dark Lord.
Dark Prince!
Hey, who's
Whatever your name is.
I am here.
Oh, there you there.
Jacob.
Hey, you're supposed to be the other people now.
I was Godric.
Were you watching us sleep?
No.
Okay, good.
Welcome back, Godric. But no, our
These are the
Just
questions.
go fight win.
Okay, just so you know, this is Alamont and the Dark Prince. I'm sorry, I cannot.
Oh yeah, that was on my bed when I woke up.
Oh, yeah. Dark Prince was on. Now you know who he is. Does he see him as a shadow? I'm asking DM, does he see him as a shadowy mist or as a person?
Technically, as a shadowy mist. Actually, no, because Godric could see him as a person.
Yeah.
Technically, you can too.
Souls refused.
Yeah.
What part could you not get?
Quadruple helix.
Well, then your soul's taken out, then put back in.
Considering you were torn apart from the inside.
Apparently, that guy looks like a shadowy mist to everyone else. I'm going
Fascinating.
To, yeah.
What magic do you use?
What miss?
The magic of the storms.
Ooh, I gotta write that down. I think I actually saw something in the book.
Yes, this is very interesting. Let's move on to the shadow thing.
Oh, it's super
What did I walk in on?
You one of the beings is a
person,
little
aren't you?
shadow! You see him as a shadow. She sees him as a shadow. That's
Yeah.
Storm cloud. We get it. Let's move on.
Okay, so we need to find an oracle and a tier of the gods.
You're only gonna be more angry if you
Yes.
don't understand what's
Okay,
going on.
and the oracle can help us find said tier.
Not in
supposedly.
good mood.
Hopefully.
I can if we can locate an oracle.
How long do you think that will
And
take?
you know an oracle?
Yes.
Awesome. We're gonna follow Starfire's lead on this one.
Where's the guy?
Where is the
What?
oracle?
Where's the oracle?
Not on this lane.
Okay.
That's
How do we?
too long.
Doesn't. How long will it take to get?
We need to rent a handcart.
Fucking
Why
About
do
a
you guys
month.
keep asking these questions?
About a month.
60 days.
Maybe a month and a half.
90 days.
Just give me regular root beer.
Can we rent a
We can
handcart?
teleport, you guys. Remember how we got here? We teleported?
Oh my goodness!
The first time someone has failed to catch a soda.
Oh yeah.
You
All
might
right,
want to
Be
open that in the
careful.
bathroom,
Be
please.
careful
Oh,
about
no!
opening that.
You're risking a lot.
Please don't. Please don't.
Oh, tempted. Just kidding.
Excuse me, you know how much ammunition I have back here? You're gonna lose
Has
this
a
fight.
stone egg.
Let's make
Oh
this
yeah,
last night
that's
a
my
good
good
one.
Here it is. The stone egg.
Well, isn't that
That
breakable?
would not be worth it.
I
It's
doubt
made
it.
of stone.
It is breakable.
It looks
That's
solid.
Probably.
That's like an
Well, yeah,
overreaction to
it's
getting
probably
soda spill
breakable.
on you.
But his skull is also
It's like, ah!
so.
If you spill soda on somebody in the hood, you're gonna
Might
get shot.
take less. It just depends if
You
one of
spill
those
soda
two
on
have
me,
been
you're gonna
here.
get strangled. You hear me?
Can you tell us
You
where
hear
it
me?
is so that we can
Ugh.
You know how quickly I can cross
Do you
this
have-
table, man? You want to test that?
A map.
Don't open it.
DM, do we
She
have
can bench more than you.
You do not have a
weigh.
map.
Oh.
So,
We don't have a map.
Christian, this is a
Awesome.
bad
Guys,
Evie will be
guys,
right back.
the more you talk, the more tempted I am to do it. So shut
She
up.
can bench more than you. Wait.
Rabasa.
Alright, let's remove that
No.
from the small child's hand.
I'm taller than you!
You have the maturity.
I'm
of a
taller than
small
you!
child.
Come on, it's just a root beer.
Hey!
Ding the bell.
You're all
Ding
children.
the bell.
Deal with things like adults.
It's just a root beer.
Evie's gonna go grab a map then. You don't have one.
It's not just a root beer if it's used the way
Don't
you're
around me,
using
okay?
it.
You guys are gonna get it! Don't move!
Give me the money!
I'll freaking do it.
Give me the money!
If you want to be
I'll do it!
Hey,
if you want more
root beer was used as a weapon in the Underland Chronicles.
What?
Alright.
That series
This
right
is-
there.
it's
Root
so
beer was
true.
used as a weapon.
You're right, I remember that!
You have to
You need to read
soda.
your overlay.
Okay.
Oh, what
Because
about
it's
it?
great. Root beer's using
All right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
Can you teleport us to where his oracle is at?
I need to go find a map apparently because he doesn't
If I know
how
where
it's
to
at.
go.
Hey,
Evie's gonna go buy a map.
Starfire.
Where's the nearest
Hey.
shop to buy a map?
Evie's going to go look for a
Starfire.
cartographer.
You suck.
Okay.
Hey.
Silent
Say
cartographer.
Hey, Starfire.
Wait.
Walk in.
Sorry, I'm saying. Okay, what?
Where's your oracle at? This guy can teleport us if
Excuse
you
me,
know where
can I
he
have a
is.
map?
Or she. I don't judge.
Preferably of like everything. Because I'm not exactly sure what I need, so everything would be great.
I was tempted to make him a mute for a second, but
Oh, I thought you said I was tempted to make him a nuke for a second.
so there's this like older kind of gnarled man behind the counter. You need a map, you say?
Yes.
Thank you, strange old man.
Everything? Like,
The entire world would be great.
let me see what I have.
That'll be 5,000 gold.
Oh! Oh! I'm lighting on fire. Steal the map! Whoa.
I do have one unfinished one. It doesn't really include the continent of Varitan, though, as most of the expeditions I've sent there never came back.
That sounds like where we need to go.
That's fair. Could you at least just write that in on the area where it's about to be, and that should be fine?
Hurry up!
So,
You're not there!
Don't rush the old man. He has shaky
Fantastic.
handwriting as it
How
is
much
anyway.
do I owe you?
that should be about 700 gold pieces.
Oh gosh.
Haggle.
Haggle. Haggle.
Oh
What's
no,
your
is it
charisma?
really worth that? My charisma's high. This is a high.
Chris was high.
Well, it is incomplete, but
See,
We could bring it back later completed.
No wait,
Incomplete map.
I want to be there. I want to be there. Come on.
No.
No, I have the ability to.
you're not there.
No. Okay.
You're not
that's-
there.
You're running.
We
No.
could bring it back later completed if you have the price.
Tell you what. Since I do need a map, and since you do technically have one, if you have the price, I will take the map, and if possible, bring it back completed.
Alright.
Bring it back, no fee, no nothing, completed.
Hmm.
7.
Roll a
That will
persuasion
be
check.
350.
Persuasion check,
Persuasion
Giles.
check.
Alright. Where is an expo? Where do you keep the expo?
Good luck.
Not all of them.
Oh.
I just need one.
15!
That one.
15 plus.
15.
And
That's it.
I
That's it.
suppose.
Oh, okay. It works.
Suppose that's fine.
S2.
350.
What is that?
Alright.
Alright. Sounds like a deal.
Do you know something you never want to hear someone say? Where's my needle?
It's right down the shirt.
I watched them right there, I'm like, where's my needle,
Right
guys?
down the shirt.
I know.
So, a lot of
That's
things I have an
dangerous.
ability to make me memorize any knowledge I gain within the month. So I can like look at the map and be like, oh, that's where we need to
The
go.
fact that you could see the needle was very surprising.
Okay,
'Cause
so.
I can't see it when it was on your shirt.
350.
Okay, so how much is the map now?
350 gold.
350. Okay.
What's that in platinum?
35. You just cut off the 0.
I'm having a stroke, guys.
It's okay.
35.
Should we take you to the
Math
hospital?
sucks.
That sucks.
No,
Well
not a
said.
stroke. A struggle.
Oh, I thought you said a stroke.
I say that usually, but I forgot that I say that, so I'm gonna
There we
continue.
go.
Minus.
Now where was I?
Alright.
Gabby and Robot
suppose I
are
pay the old
confused
man,
right
thank
now.
him-
What are we trying to do?
Pay the old man, thank him for his time, run back to the game with the map, and like, there,
We have
map.
184 points.
Starfire.
So where are we trying to go?
Where is it?
I just realized I never asked her name.
Derek, what kind of map did you bring me? Which map?
An incomplete map of Solanior and El Tonero.
Okay, how much of El Tonero?
Most of it.
Most of it.
Most of
Most-
He
Not
didn't
the
say
necessary
that.
part.
He said the only incomplete part.
Roll D100 for me. Roll
We've been
D100.
swindled.
T100.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
We got a 50%
We can
discount
at
and we
least
were
get
still
close to
swindled.
it. We're good.
Good 80%. Okay, then. So
You got a 50% discount, and he still swindled
80%
us.
would be about. You wouldn't have this, or anything up here. Just gonna
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
upset.
much the frozen Selenivians in the very bottom of Elton.
We need to buy Venetia warm clothes.
Over here in the
What?
dark.
I'm protective. I'm sorry.
Why do you need to buy warm clothes?
For Venetia.
Awesome. We have a destination. It's right here.
Oh, we're
Right
only the
Are
air.
you
I thought you
teleporting
said
into the Mistbloom Forest or outside the Mistbloom?
Outside, because going inside is a bit dangerous.
I don't want to get teleported to inside of a tree, please.
Yeah, that is not so.
I'm flipping through the tree, guys. Go on without me.
You go into the tree, it blows up.
I'm lagging. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yes, blame it on the lag. Yes.
So,
Be closer to the screen, you'll get +5 concentration.
It's gonna get good.
you wish to go through the Mistbloom Forest on the Villon Peninsula.
Yes.
And the rest of you are good with this?
Do we know of another oracle?
No.
Not
Just
really.
kidding.
Then we're. Do you?
So what do we need the oracle for?
We need an oracle for ritual thing.
Wait a minute.
I don't even know. I don't
One
care.
second. I
They
need
don't
to,
even know what they need the Oracle for
Okay.
anymore.
Rabasa demands clarification.
I need to
Well, that's
talk
a
to
good
someone first, though,
clarification.
before we teleport.
Stormcloud. Why do we need an oracle right now?
To perform the ritual to remake the barrier, that could potentially sever the Allmaker's connection to Eltar and some of the surrounding realms.
The Allmaker. Does he happen to call himself the father of all?
Probably.
That may be the guy that I met.
Probably doesn't.
Oh, your crush is trying to destroy
Yeah,
the world.
probably.
Wonderful.
It's like
I'm not crushing on him. I just admired his attractiveness for a moment. You can recognize someone's physical, aesthetic appearance and not be attracted to them long term.
That is true.
Oh, so you're attracted to him short term.
I'm not with him right now. I don't see his attractiveness right in front of me. I'm fine.
So if he was
Got
here,
it, finally got it.
It might be a little bit distracted, but I'd be fine.
if he was here though, you might side with him if he talked to you nicely.
We're gonna have to ignore this conversation.
Well,
Yeah.
okay,
Close the door.
if the non-Stormcloud brother, he looks younger, so I'd be more inclined towards staying with him, unless the old guy could pose a very convincing argument.
He's the All-Father.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my
I
room.
find it really sad that you don't know what my character's.
I'm gonna go to my room. And I'm gonna use the
Your
sending
what?
stone.
My character flaw.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hey, we'll be.
Yes, he's being
I'll
shot
be
with
coming
all
back
right
soon.
now.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
give us a sec.
I'm also gonna be bringing guests, so don't.
But you showed her the flaw, didn't you?
I did.
What?
does that mean? The
It
flaw.
means that like
The
she
flaw?
probably
Just the
will
flaw.
ship you with other people.
Flaw.
Okay,
The
see you
flaw.
soon.
Yes, it's being shipped with all of them.
E flaw.
Becca,
Oh my
yes.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Is it like eBay?
All right.
E flaw.
Alright,
Wait a minute.
I am okay
Then I go
with
back
it.
to.
Rabasa is very okay with it.
Ed is
Is
obsessing.
everyone ready to go?
Ed is obsessing right now over
That is obsessive.
obsessing, like thinking, what's safe for Venetia to do? Like, is teleportation
Nothing.
even safe?
Okay.
What is safe?
You could ask those two. They'll know.
So I say,
Is it safe?
Wait, I was having a conversation with Stormcloud.
Let's let Rabasa finish the conversation with Storm.
Wait, is everyone ready to go?
I probably won't remember. I get
Is everyone
distracted.
ready to go?
I will remind you, Ed.
Partially.
I'm not sure.
Do I have all my stuff on me?
Yeah, I'm gonna like knock on the door and ask if they're ready. Please. Becca?
Ed, do you want to ask them now?
Becca?
Is it safe to teleport while pregnant?
Go teleport.
I took 20.
Okay, they're ready to be
I don't want to
teleported.
hear a doctor say that. It's safe enough. That doesn't sound okay. It's like when you're
A
dead.
doctor
Sorry,
should
this
never
procedure
say
should
that.
be safe enough.
I'm sorry, how what is that supposed to be a living?
find the right one.
Oh wait, the
There's only
patient.
about a 5% chance that
Oh
I
wait,
was just thinking that. Oh my god, yes.
oh wait, the patient's alive? That's different. That'll be about $5,000 more dollars. I don't usually operate on living things. This is completely different. I don't like this plan.
I do believe that I may
I'm
have
always breathing.
met
I'd be dead
this.
if I wasn't
I
breathing.
do believe I have
Stop breathing.
met him.
Adam, I just need
And stop breathing.
No, Ed, breathe.
He
Don't listen to Starfire.
You're
Breathe.
confusing me.
spoke like an old man. He said something. He looked like an old man. He
He
spoke as though he'd been watching us for a while. He said he was observing multiverse. He said something about interfering with his plans. Yeah, that was a painful encounter.
No.
It is very possible that
Down
that
to
could
use
have
charm
been him.
person.
No.
I use charm person.
I tried to ask him
No.
if he was
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
me.
No.
I was,
No, you're
I was
fine.
like,
You're fine. Keep
what
going.
did I
Ross.
do?
I asked you to.
Sorry, I was still talking in that general direction so I can see.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Nat 20.
You're fine. But you do know that he tried to cast magic at you.
Ed looks him dead in the eyes, walks right up to him. So
I
she's
tried
looking
to ask
like
him
this
if
and
he
says,
was your
no.
father, but he
Oh,
didn't give me a
turns
straight
around.
answer.
How
He
tall are
said
you?
he was the father of all.
5'2".
5'2".
It is likely that
Yeah, okay, you're gonna put me.
She says no and walks off.
He said that he had plans,
Oh my gosh,
further
you're like 4
plans
inches shorter
for
than me.
us, the two of us.
That's sad because I'm like 8 years older than you.
Do you have any idea what that
consider
could be
making her
about?
5 foot.
Wait, you're in your 20s then?
Yeah, I'm 24.
No.
Okay, you're older than me.
24, 5'6".
Don't worry, I consider making her 5 foot.
Wait, are you older than
Well, I
I'm not
guess
remember.
I just figured I should let you know. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but probably not a good thing.
What are they
Probably.
doing in there?
They're,
They're,
Christian telling her
apparently
story.
Roderick has
It may
written a
also
letter
have been
addressed
his
to Edie,
voice that I
and
heard
Jacob
in
has
that
found
dark
it, and Venetia
void
noticed, and so they're off reading it, apparently.
driving me crazy.
Sorry.
Trapped, wandering, and then
I
I'm
just-
back here, and I'm in
This is
pain.
what I really enjoy. It reminds me how much my life is like an anime.
Life isn't.
I have
Let's be
thought
honest
about that
here.
on multiple occasions. I was like, this
My
would
life
be
isn't
weird in
I'm a
anime,
token
although
female.
it would be pretty nice to watch.
He was trying to convince me
At work, I am the
to
token female.
leave-
I am the only girl.
leave the
Everyone
to
else
leave
is
the
a guy.
rest of
Half of them
them
are married, the other half are single.
and
How's that
side
go?
with him. I don't
It's
know
really
what
weird.
for.
Make an excuse and say,
Perhaps you have some
Actually,
greater part to
I'm
play in
listening.
this. than
so
that.
can you please stop?
No, they're
That sounds
fine. I
very
love how
much like what the
They're
words
fine, but
each
Did you say you like toying with
Well,
them?
I like
it is
working
hard
with
Oh,
when
I was like,
he is my
so you like to watch them duke it out? And just be like,
No.
I wonder how this is gonna end.
No, that's what I did in 2nd grade when I walked up to the boys' table and was like, "Here, I don't want the candy in my lunch." Then I went back.
I
and
don't
sat.
know if I can handle it.
It was
Oh.
great.
Man,
I
you
just
told your
hope that I
mom.
don't have to see him again anytime
That
soon.
just did candy.
Not looking
Yeah.
forward to
Oh,
any more
that'd be
headaches.
something to laugh about that.
Here.
Yes.
Why? No. Now I will.
No. Takes. Let me just hold this for a second. No, I'm not gonna hold it.
Oh,
No.
he also disintegrated his dagger.
There's not much I can do about that.
Sorry.
Why do you have a screwdriver?
I told her to hold it. She said no and then took it from me.
Yes.
What's happened, y'alls?
What's up?
I'm not holding a screwdriver. You can't make me.
I had a conversation with Stormcloud for a little bit. That's about it.
Are we teleported?
Not
No,
yet.
we're getting ready to.
This person's not right here.
Terrible. I asked him if it was safe
Oh,
to
my
teleport
stomach
pregnancy. He said it should be safe enough. And I said, I
No,
wouldn't
like,
trust the
you
doctor
take
if they
care
said
of
that.
it.
This operation should be safe enough.
Oh, okay.
What?
Don't worry.
Oh,
Still
it
stuck,
tastes
'cause I have
so
nothing
good.
else to
I'm ready. What's my
I've had a lot of soda these last few weeks.
We will find
Yeah.
out what's going on. He just wants to be.
Let's teleport. We're ready.
Hello.
Not really. Does everybody have
Oh,
their
no, it's
gear?
locked.
Yes, we all grab our gear.
Yep, I'm
Just
marked
gonna
up.
say
I
that
don't
now,
know
and
that-
now we can teleport. Let's
I've been ready for it.
Okay.
It's alright, Starfire. You go on your own. Or your friend.
So
He
Friend-
tried to use his
person-ish.
charm person on me.
It's,
and I
it's
rolled
my
it.
home, yeah.
Okay.
so suddenly
Ed walks right up to him and said,
there's a flash of lightning and you all feel your form shift.
Does the tavern kind of
how uncomfortable is
You
it?
don't know.
I hope
Who
not.
knows? We were in a bedroom and then we just teleported.
Look at the
Well, our
wall.
rooms are actually taken. Really? Let me go check and ask them to please move out. They're not here.
just closes the door, seeing fire. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, these rooms are taken.
They're
Someone put out the fire.
we're just letting them be renovated.
Georgie from the other continent 10 years ago. The drunk guy. Georgie, put out the fires.
Good man.
He would throw alcohol on them.
More fire spirits!
Oh, yes! No! That's right, you guys haven't met Georgie. Or you.
He was the town drunk.
Oh, that was a good episode.
He was around
Great.
multiple episodes. Yeah.
He sounds great.
Well, I mean, there's
Yeah.
Georgie and there's the fire spirits.
He was a
I
good
talked
friend
about.
of Call.
Okay.
Where you throw alcohol at fire.
Okay. Keep my character going. Don't kill him off. I'll be right back.
I stab him in the neck!
Roll the head, dude.
So you all come to consciousness
Ow.
Very
Um,
Never.
just like,
I can't just this.
as a light rain is falling.
oh, rain.
So no-
How long has
It's
it
cold
been
rain.
How long has it been falling, judging by our clothes?
Did
Did it just start?
you guys are pretty much soaked. So
Are we at the
Oh.
town or are we at the
Oh.
forest lane?
Cold, wet plate mail? That's terrible.
well, plate mail can't really get soaked, but
This is like-
the
it's
cloth
gonna
padding
it's gonna,
underneath.
Like, fall into it. It's gonna get
Okay.
like be soaked underneath it, and then it's
Where
gonna
we
be
tell
stuck
them just
inside
outside
the
the
metal.
It'll be all
or are we at the
sticky
town
and-
talking?
Yeah, I'm gonna like.
What?
It's
Whenever
gonna
it,
get moldy. It's
Are we
gonna
at
get
the town, or are we
rusty.
just
Whenever it
outside
touches
the
your
This is
skin.
terrible. This is.
whenever
As you look around-
it like peels away.
You see this strange
Oh, that's gonna make me
strange
throw up.
forest.
Just thought
with these trees with a strange dark brown wood, like most wood is dark brown, but it
No way.
Super
really
dark.
but it
It's
looks
super
strange. It's almost slightly reflective,
that. Reflective brown.
and the leaves are like a
Hey,
palish blue.
Is it like this? Is it like this?
Sure, we'll go with that. It looks like a root beer can.
Is it? Is it?
I'm thirsty.
Is it new to me? Like these features? Are they? Right
You would have seen them before.
okay, I walk straight towards it.
Starfire.
I help
We're
Panisha
going
up.
I keep walking.
Need help the pregnant lady up.
Okay,
I help her up.
Alright.
that helps.
Woohoo!
Venetia,
Ah!
I'm probably gonna. Does Rabasa
Nat
need-
one! And the universe has restored balance to
Wait.
itself.
Wait, so what were you doing?
Trying to help her up.
So you fall on top of her.
Oh no! 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 No!
You have your mace. What do you do?
No! No!
I'm just like, throw off.
Alright, I guess.
Okay.
Hit the no.
I fall on
Rabasa,
Panisha!
please help them.
No!
Wait, here's my. Okay, I guess I can try to
Can
help
I
you both
catch
up. Is this-
myself?
Is this strength?
Can I catch myself
Yeah, that's
before I
athletics.
fall too hard?
I'm going to say no because you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
You cannot counteract a 1.
You slipped on the grass and you fell on her.
No!
So I rolled
Okay.
15.
It's not okay.
So yeah, you managed to help him.
Are you okay?
I'm
Robassa
good.
saves the day again.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Rabasa.
Rabasa.
That's right. I'm a
And
character.
Star-
Keep forgetting that.
Starfire, you just
Starfire.
put back here.
Starfire, wait, where are we going?
Home.
Wait for us.
Do you need a walker,
Onwards,
Venetia?
then.
I'm not old.
Assuming Jacob is with us.
With
Oh.
us, he's just doing other stuff in the moment.
He's walking with us. Well,
Okay.
with you.
Phone, stop it.
Okay, hold on. I just realized.
So you all just going, following Starfire?
Ed is, because she's bored standing here. It's boring here.
Yeah,
She's seen
this
everything
way
there
we're
is to
all
see
just
here.
following Starfire.
So do I remember the way
Hoping
back?
to find
You're not
shelter
entirely sure if you
and
do.
Maybe dry off.
Roll an intelligence check
Sure.
for memory.
My intelligence was 14. So that was
Oh,
Just do it all 20. That's
Oh yeah,
just
no,
what it
everything
is.
was working actually. It was very balanced. So I don't remember it all.
Is it not one?
Yeah.
So you're literally just walking straight.
It's kind of hard to walk straight in a forest.
He's walking straight.
That's insane. That's scientifically so improbable.
He walks around the trees.
No, I mean like to be able to actually keep a straight line in a forest, even if you're dodging around.
I walked
trees.
straight. I hit a tree.
This way.
Wrong tree.
Since when is this tree here?
Well, technically, you could still be kind of like facing straight while moving around trees.
Spawn me! Spawn me!
Is he literally?
I don't understand.
You know nothing.
Evie knows nothing. Casey knows a whole lot.
It occurs to me now that Robasa is probably going to be standing close to you. Do you need any help? She's going to be offering you some help.
She probably will need help over stuff because she is very preggers.
Alright.
But yeah, she's still trudging through the woods. Like
Alright.
it's not a problem.
Okay.
So am I a little ahead?
Ma'am, would you like me to carry you?
5.
I'm good.
Ed's
Are
going
you
in front
sure?
of Venetia with her machete and
Evie's
cutting stuff
kind
down.
Yeah, I
You
think
know.
I think I'd be a little ahead of you there.
You
I'm
probably.
gonna pull out the sending stone.
Okay.
Hey, I'm kind of lost. But I'm in the forest, but I'm lost.
Ed pulls out the machete and is walking in front of you, slashing.
Could you come out and help?
I'm not
by
sure it's a good
chance?
idea to cut down the weird reflective trees.
They're in the way.
Suppose.
Fine.
I don't see anyone else in the forest besides
If,
that.
if the
so
force
should be
does not
fine.
agree, it can do something and then I'll stop.
Fair, I suppose. Fair.
I asked the forest if it's okay if I make a path.
No problem, Sokka!
You know, the funny thing is that's what I was gonna say.
I was too quick for you.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go
Go
fast!
past there, past there.
You're wearing a blue shirt.
I'm wearing green.
I'm Rouge. I'm a bat.
Right, right.
Rouge the bat.
Have you ever seen a flying fox? They're so cute.
Tails is adorable.
So
I'm literally playing this game.
you're
It
still.
has like this box on it, and it's so adorable. I can't believe it. I love it.
No! Derek, what are you doing?
So you're a thief.
I'm surprised you just barely noticed. I've been flipping through this for ages.
Yeah, he has.
Rouge the bat is a thief.
Yes.
Yep, so we're gonna get to fight something.
I knew this was a bad idea.
But we kind of need to.
We don't need to immediately. Gods call all times soon.
No. Not if they're not immortal.
They don't count as gods if they're not immortal.
Who are you looking for?
The monster's handbook.
Oh, okay. Hopefully there's no monsters
I don't
in this
like this
forest. I don't remember any monsters.
Famous last words. Hopefully there's no monsters
I don't
in this
remember.
forest.
No. I don't remember any monsters in this forest. That's my famous last
You're right, you don't.
Oh. This is.
Don't worry, it's perfectly safe.
I've been impaled.
Don't worry, there's no Tarasks in this forest.
Don't worry, it's tall grass. If you stay on it without moving, it will eat
Some of the
you.
jokes in that movie are good, but the movie itself is very overrated.
Which movie?
Frozen.
I agree. I don't know.
You like
kind of
needles?
tells me.
You like needles? What would you say? Son?
Frozen.
No, what she say? Oh, you say you like Frozen?
Where is it?
No, I heard this. I like needles.
As I'm moving a needle up and down, studying a clock over a million times.
I love needles.
I love ice cream.
This is how I show affection. Ah! Stabs repeatedly with scissors.
What I'd always say for the fact is, I do love needles.
Why do I think? How many of those can I eat before I die? Why?
Well, considering how this one's a hooked needle that is sharp, probably not very many.
So,
It's like a
Welcome
secret
back.
code. I'm well acquainted with
You're lost
those.
in the forest.
so as you're all randomly wandering through the Mistbloom Forest,
Okay.
I need you all to roll a perception check.
Oh no.
Can I just like passive perception?
14.
She
Are you looking around you? Or are you blindly following?
I'm more blindly following, trying not to fall over.
Does
That
alertness
doesn't
say that,
sound.
wait there? Does
I'm
alertness
gonna have
work
to
for
agree
me?
with Derek on this one. That doesn't sound.
You can't be
accurate.
surprised.
Alright.
When you're preggers,
Well, I rolled an
You
18.
would be paying
I totally
attention.
forgot what my
Very
bonus
closely.
was.
I'm paying attention directly in
So-
front of me is what I'm doing.
Perception. That's a 19.
So I'm not really paying attention to everything out here. I'm letting you guys do that. So that's what I'm
Wait,
saying
what's
passive
perception?
That's a 19.
What's the modifier on perception?
It is your
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Okay, 20.
Okay,
So I can use my passive
16.
because I'm more or less
Wait.
trying not to like trip over stuff.
Yeah.
Sweet. That.
No, actually 19. It would be 19. This is cool. I'm trying to remember this.
Where are
Okay.
I got a 16.
I have no idea.
This is
I
why
lost
I
it
always
there.
take a picture of my character sheet in case I lose it.
I never lost it though. I put it right here last time I played with it. Now it's gone.
Congratulations, I don't have one of those.
So, Jonathan and Ammon, you think you hear something off in the distance.
I turn that direction and
Do I
look.
Do I
recognize
hear
noise?
something off in
You
the
do not.
distance?
I look
Do I
in.
hear something?
Sure, you can hear something too.
I hold up the.
Passive perception. I'm working.
I hold up the thieves sign for stop. Stop.
I'm going to walk the
Everyone
other
keeps
direction.
walking.
I'm
I'm
going to
just
walk
kidding.
the other direction.
So you turn around and start walking back?
No.
Well, technically it's like there, so you came this way and you're going that way?
Okay, I'm going past it in a different direction.
So you're going this way.
I'm turning left, I'm turning right, whatever.
So, Starfire, where are you going?
I tell everybody to stop.
What?
I heard a thing.
And I'm staying away from that thing.
But is it the best plan to keep moving and have it potentially follow us, or sit still until we know what it is? Fortify our position.
I say keep moving.
Fine, it's your forest.
Better than we do.
I say the pregnant woman and I stay.
No, we are not splitting the party.
Do I recognize
else?
any trees?
You got left behind last time. We're not splitting the party.
Did you intend to leave me behind?
No, we
No.
forgot you existed because we only know you for 3 days.
Ed!
Of course.
Ed! No, Rebassa, we
None of
didn't forget.
I forgot.
High Lord was.
Specifically me.
Ed forgot. I prayed to the High Lord and I thought he would bring you. Apparently not. It. Whatever. I don't know. Religion's a mess. That's it.
So true.
I can agree with
That's
that.
that's out of character, by the way.
What?
No, no, I
I was
figured,
talking
I
in
figured.
character.
I know.
Religion's a mess.
I'm talking out of character.
Alright.
Okay. So, as you all just
Just gonna-
keep going a different direction, we'll just start hearing.
We're keeping Venetia
Noise
in the
again.
middle.
Yes, Venetia's in the middle. Anyway.
You all,
wait, no,
you all
I
hear
played
another
over
like
here
shifting
last
of
time. Don't worry, I
leaves.
can't find me.
Nope.
Closer this time.
This isn't good. All knives. All of them.
Right, okay.
Ready weapons in defensive position.
Found it.
Oh my goodness.
I found my character sheet.
And pulls out 2 knives.
Yeah, I think we're all pulling out our weapons at this point.
Okay.
Venetia is armed with her mace.
No, I have black flames in my
I guess
there.
I'm staying by her and pulling out my
No matter.
weapons.
Doesn't matter.
Hmm?
Like,
You don't get to see this.
Of course I don't.
Heat. Oh, with flame. Okay.
oh my god.
Oh, shoot.
Gotcha.
And we'll see kind of this face appear like next to a tree.
Is it a
Do I
disturbing
recognize
face?
the face?
Is
Do
it
I
a
recognize
cute
the
face?
But it's kind of in the darkness, so you can't see color.
Is it
You
disturbing?
do not
Is it
recognize the
cute?
face.
Does he look like the old man face?
Is this senpai?
Kind of.
Is
I'm
senpai girl or
kidding.
boy for you?
Girl.
I
Senpai.
swallowed a popcorn kernel down the road.
Jonathan, that was awful, but great.
That was great, dude.
What did you say?
Senpai.
I'm coughing right now and I'm dying, but I would.
Jonathan, send pie.
Senpai.
No.
Do I recognize the face?
It's not
You
in
do not.
context. It's not funny if it's not
Do
in
I
context.
recognize?
No.
We
you
should
wouldn't.
stay away. Well, actually, wait. Is it a boy or a girl?
Is it
What's this,
hot or not?
Pokemon? Is this Pokemon?
Not
Are you a
applicable.
boy or are you a girl? We should
Ow.
stay away
Knows.
from
Who knows?
whoever that is.
Is it an attractive face?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, Ed is going
I'm
to
just
walk
going-
closer to the face and have Venetia on the other side of it. As we walk
Yeah.
past the face.
What are you doing here?
Don't light you on fire.
We're going to let Starfire answer that. Ed, don't speak to strangers.
I'm trying
I
to
just gestured to-
return home. Where exactly is the Fae? I can't remember.
You are not welcome here.
Oh, dang.
But I belong here.
No humans belong here. None of your kind belong here.
Say your name.
Them or me?
All
What's your favorite
Say your name. It might know you.
Are you Fae?
Is that
No.
even?
Oh. We gotta get out of here.
this thing, like,
What?
Wait, why?
you hear a shifting of the leaves as it moves forward slightly, and you see this massive green cobra head.
Oh, freak.
It's
Let's
Medusa. It's Medusa.
What? No, Medusa's little cobra is on her head, not a cobra head.
Oh, Cobra Head.
So it's
Sorry.
like
With a face.
a reverse Naga.
A reverse
Oh,
Guys.
yeah, the Naga.
Yeah. So reverse Naga? Does it
So
have?
it's
Do we
a
see the rest
snake
of its
with-
body? Just the head.
It appears, as it kind of comes out a little bit, it does appear to be mostly snake-like in form.
Oh, that-
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's
So,
like
what
snake
makes
with
it
face.
Will you not attack us if we leave now?
Perhaps.
We should leave now.
I second this.
We might take a little bit because
We've got a pregnant woman and. No, my
Don't
goodness.
you dare!
Okay.
Not in here! Not in this forest!
I just use burning hands on your shoulder. No, too late to that. I use burning hands. It's a ranged touch spell. I'm just kidding.
Burning Hands is not a ranged touch spell. It's range 15 feet, and it's a cone.
Oh, what?
we all die.
We all die.
I catch on fire!
I'm just kidding, dude.
That is actually true.
Why are we complaining about things Ammon does when Christian does
I'm
this?
sorry. it's the last night. Go crazy, right? I'm just kidding. I don't
No.
use burning hands on you. Not yet. If you freaking hit my face again, though.
Oh dear.
Alright. Let's leave.
Don't play with scissors.
I saw this video of this guy, and his dog was holding scissors outside. And he's like, what do you have there? Are those scissors? Give me those scissors. And the dog starts running, and he says, no, don't run with scissors.
Oh, I saw that. You showed me that.
So either we leave now or potentially die.
Yes, I choose leave now. I like being alive.
I
I
do
think we
as
should
well,
stay.
and I
We
feel
should- we
that,
should
that the
leave.
pregnant woman needs to be.
Let's
Out
just
of the
walk
forest
away.
with
Let's
snake
just walk
people.
away, everyone. Let's walk away this way. Where's out of the forest again? I am going to have to pay attention.
If we pick a direction, we'll get out of the forest eventually.
Okay, I'll just turn you around. Let's go this way.
Okay, we're going this way now.
When Venetia walking
Yeah,
away,
so I'm like, I have my
Alright.
hand on her shoulder and her back and like guiding her the other direction. The opposite direction.
I definitely follow. No questions. Bye.
I guess we're all going then.
Okay, bye.
Just kind of like watches you.
I am looking over my
You're
shoulder.
very creepy.
I don't want to get.
Bye.
I don't want to get bit in the ankles, so I'm checking over my shoulder every few seconds.
That's not
out.
the way out.
Well, then, can you tell us the way out? And also, does it lead to our death?
The way you came is the way out.
Are we not
You-
going that way?
You
No,
just
apparently not.
You just turned us around. You stopped us. We looked at you, and now we've lost the way out because we don't know our orientation anymore.
Are there more ways
You
out
wanna
than the
point
way
us
out?
out? You wanna just,
No.
I don't know, point with your tail? Kinda.
No.
So it like slithers out more into the light, and it just like keeps going. Like this is it's a long snake.
What's weird is
I draw my battle axe.
I love snakes, but this is like I'm uncomfortable.
How long is it so far?
My sister dyed her hair.
How long is it so far?
Bright blue.
It's about 15 feet.
15 feet. Alright, that's enough to be sufficiently intimidated. I'm drawing both battle axes.
What? No, Mufasa.
Just as a precaution. I'm not planning to instigate anything.
This is a bad plan.
She can draw ballots, but I can't draw my fire.
I did not agree that this was a good idea.
Foolish mortals.
Alright, are you planning
How
on
about
showing
you
us the
find
way
us the
out?
way out and we
I
will
can't
go the way out?
Evie, I can control my fire.
She
That makes everyone better,
You
okay?
cannot control your fire.
We're a
You
little
can
disoriented
avoid
at the moment, so
people,
how about you
not
point
sure
us the
it's
direction
out
that is the way out, and we'll watch
Just-
that
just
direction.
He just kind of
Why?
looks behind it. That way.
So this means we have to go past you.
He will, pretty much.
And he like is in the fire.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
go past you to walk out of these woods.
Maybe.
Okay, I would try.
Okay.
Maybe
Looking
it's
over.
going to let us go on.
Storm Cloud, do you
Thoughts?
think we should,
The storm cloud here.
what do you think we should do?
Now you're
here?
calling Storm Cloud.
Storm Cloud and all of us are still with us.
Oh yeah.
We're all just calling him Storm Cloud now.
I consistently call
Storm
him.
Cloud, the Dark Prince. It's fine.
That sounds like a good band name.
Death
Name
Metal
Storm
Band,
Cloud.
Storm Cloud.
Storm Cloud. Ooh.
Storm
We'll never
Cloud,
see
the
it.
Dark
Operation Storm Cloud.
Storm cloud in the dark. Nobody take that. That's mine now.
Okay, that's fine. It's all yours.
It's mine.
Falling in
Don't
my
be too late.
skin.
Too late.
No. All right. Ed is tempted to walk straight up to this thing and have it attack her so that you guys can escape because we're doing nothing.
We're talking to Storm Cloud apparently, and Storm Cloud's looking at something.
I'm trying to ask Storm Cloud what he thinks we should do here.
Can't you just steal the snake's soul?
What? Storm Cloud.
That's Alma.
Ed.
Is that not a good plan? Jonathan, out of character.
First of all,
Well,
Alma.
actually
Second
it
of all,
is,
willing
but-
soul.
Does it?
You're not good on rolling it at 20.
Ooh. Most likely, willing soul should be easier then.
I don't think Gilgamesh was very willing.
Storm Cloud.
I
That is a
cannot
fair
take
point.
the soul of something that has no soul.
Well, we're dead.
There we go.
Well,
It's a soulless being.
Storm Cloud,
That's
what do you say we do here?
that means even if we
I
kill
am
it,
not
kill it.
entirely sure.
great.
Do you know what direction we should be going?
Ed.
Likely towards the center.
Let me through!
Do you think
me
that
the
we
money!
can take this?
Give me the money!
Wow.
Do you think we can take this thing if we continue on?
I think we should.
If we do, it will return.
No, but nobody's doing anything, and I'm.
Do you think we
Done
can
with
take? Do you think we have a chance?
This thing doesn't seem like it's going to run us into this anytime soon.
Perhaps.
If we don't find the Oracle, the world ends. That means we all die. This includes Phoenicia.
Want to stab it. I almost
Alright.
said I stab it.
Agree.
So I'm gonna
You
cast
say
cause
over
fear on the thing.
Rabasa is having
Cause
a dilemma.
Phoenicia?
Did you
What
just say
is
fear?
the wording of cause
Uh,
fear?
Derek,
I had to look that up.
sneaking. Alright.
You
a
cannot
7.
hide from something that is staring at you.
I go off and around to sneak behind it. Where's my stealth? That's a 17.
Nice.
It knows you're there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I only rolled a 7.
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you until the spell ends. Frightened target can
Oh, no.
repeat the saving throw at the end of each
Secondary saving.
of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Are you
A
looking up a
construct
picture of it?
or undead
Oh,
is
okay.
immune to this spell.
Naga. Oh, is it a full Naga?
Oh, yay.
At a higher level, I can target more.
Oh no.
Alright.
Oh, Does it have a detachable, like, jaw?
And
You don't know.
unhinges its jaw.
So it's a wisdom saving throw, right? 26.
Oh, geez. Thomas saw
It doesn't
all
know
our
what
problems.
happened.
But does he?
Alright.
He solved more problems than he caused. He only caused one, really.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
2.
he got everyone pissed off at him.
Alright,
That's
well,
a 28 on stealth this time.
You can't do the same check twice.
Robasa is having it.
We're trying to stealth again.
Thanks for the die.
He's mad.
I'm upset. You've upset me.
Oh, that's a good move.
Wait, we've upset you.
Breathe, Jonathan. Fine, right?
Never. I will breathe if I want to breathe.
Okay.
Robasa
Breathe.
is somewhat
Well,
torn
okay then.
between
Oh, I should
protecting
make switch
her
back. The time
and
over. Switch back.
accomplishing
Oh.
the goal.
Oh, I liked it over here though. Switch back.
This thing counts as a monster, right?
I realized
I don't know.
that what I did.
Does
was
it count
done,
as an
so-
animal?
Okay.
Because I have
Push me.
one modifier in
Yes,
animal handling.
Amanda.
It might count as an animal. Does look like a snake. Like a third.
I'm gonna say it's not. If it's a naga, then it's probably not an animal. It's probably a monster.
I'm gonna make a
It's really
persuasion check. I have a 9 modifier for persuasion.
Dude,
Here we go.
Nice.
no.
That's pretty good.
Alright.
I intimidate.
Hold on. I have a 9 modifier to persuasion, and I'm gonna do a persuasion.
Alright, you can
Hold,
certainly try.
hold on a minute.
I'm gonna do a persuasion.
I'm gonna do a persuade.
You just flat out tell the bartender, I'm gonna do a persuasion.
I'm gonna do a persuade. I'm gonna persuade you. Alright. We are not going to harm the forest in any way. All we want to do is find an oracle that this guy knows to help us to save the world. Make sure that bad things don't happen.
It will protect the forest if we protect the universe.
There will be no forest if you don't let us pass. Not by us, but by a higher being who wants to destroy everything. Persuasion check. But
This forest has stood for thousands of years, and it will stand for 1,000.
Can it stand in the hand of a god
Oh.
who wants to destroy everything?
that was a
Yes,
15.
everything
It rolled to a
That
5
was
because
no
I bounced my...
hesitation in that. Yes. Okay.
That is a 15
I
plus
pointed
9.
out a good point. In fact, is will it stand against a god?
29.
He answered yes without hesitating.
24.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Has it stand from a god before?
Yes.
All
It's a
right.
god.
Oh my goodness.
There was once one who tried to destroy this place.
Was it the All Maker?
I don't remember.
It was not Vishkar.
Okay.
No, Vishkar is just the enemy of all
Darren,
tieflings.
does a 25
Not all forests.
make it?
Actually, it doesn't.
We are here.
I'm rolling really high right now.
We've been here.
Intimidation plus charisma modifier. Then.
I'm
So
using
what-
my high skills. Nothing's happening.
What? Okay, your persuasion. How much was your modifier for that?
9.
Okay, well,
I
that's
already-
the same as my modifier for intimidation.
Oh gosh.
Do you think I can
bad.
indulge?
No.
I have a 10
If you think
modifier.
you can, don't.
Do you want to try to intimidate a 30-foot
No!
long snake?
She doesn't.
I have a 10
No,
modifier
no, Gabby,
for stealth. 10. And it still noticed. 10 modifier.
I might want to try to take a bullet for her to get her out of here. If I might end up offering myself up as a sacrificial lamb in this situation if I fail. In which case, you all could continue running.
So it's,
Towards
no,
the
it's
goal.
a, it's
Do
a
you
suicide
really
lane.
think
There's a difference.
that it will take a very long time for it to eat you?
I do like
I have 2 battle axes. I could hold off for at least a little bit.
a little bit.
Only 3
Well,
seconds.
I
Just
do
3
not like
seconds.
this
About that.
plan.
I feel like this is another Alamat situation where we have to
Yo,
go.
why can't they
What
deal
do
with
you
it?
wish you to get past this?
Why can't they
Do
deal
we
with
get
it?
past it or do we turn around? Starfire is just the only
Why
way
can't
to
we just
force-
teleport directly to where the Oracle is? Can we teleport
I mean, unless you
closer?
want
He doesn't
to
remember.
Climb
Ah!
the rocky wall.
All right.
In the ocean.
Olamon, could
not
you
time for that.
please convince it to let us pass?
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
Are you a boy or a
What?
girl?
That's not a thing you ask me.
It's soulless.
Yes, and I don't know what you are, male or female, so I just said it.
What are you? What would you like to
You
be
think
called?
telling another to persuade me to let you pass will aid you?
Yes,
Why do you have tiny scissors?
it might.
Ed.
There's always a chance.
Ed.
You're so dead.
No, I'm dead. You guys can flee. Well, seeing my tiny scrawny body.
Lead
Alright.
towards it. Yes.
Should I try to intimidate the thing?
No.
That's
No.
going to end badly.
As I said, you
May
can try to
instigate
intimidate a
fight.
30-foot long snake.
Have you
Get a natural
seen?
20. Get a natural 20.
Have you seen a fully grown python? This is 3 times the size. No,
Oh gosh.
1.5 times the size of a fully grown python. We are going to die.
Robasa's aware of this.
I don't think you are.
Great, she's aware.
She.
Pythons are thicker around than my leg.
I know.
It's gonna kill us all! I'm freaking out. Sorry.
Yeah.
It can't kill all of us at once.
Are you sure it
No,
does not
that,
have
dude.
Are you sure it does not have a burst attack where it can kill us all at once?
It just like looks at all of you.
It's a snake.
Can you just give us a second? Like,
Hold on a minute.
If you do not leave, I will find you. And then it slithers off.
oh, fudge.
Okay.
Oh, no.
If
Who's the
something's scared
strongest?
of the snake,
It didn't. It wasn't scared. It just said that.
I was
Out of
scared of
pure
Gabby. I was scared of
curiosity.
Abasa.
Olamont and Dark
fair.
Principles, that wouldn't have happened to you.
This wasn't scared. It just left.
No.
We've been here the entire time.
Okay.
It did look around
Weapons ready,
and
Felicia,
slither
come
away.
here.
So
Yes,
are you by
we're
chance,
There's
somehow
always a
able
bigger
to
fish.
All right.
help us all
Oh,
fly?
it's a bigger fish.
Star Wars Effective
Not for
Menace
very
reference.
long.
I think all we need is not that long.
Okay,
It lasts an hour.
Starfire,
It's lost in the check.
go ahead.
You're about
Lead the way.
Right.
you're about a day.
Who is the
Lead
strongest?
the way.
Who is the strongest?
Technically, it's
probably
difficult
you?
terrain, so at least
You
2
need
days
to
travel
carry her so we can move
from
more
the center
quickly.
of the forest.
All right, I can do that. I mean,
Well-
do I need to roll to carry her?
Yes.
Yes, athletics check.
Oh, okay. 18 plus.
Oh, that's fine.
Plus.
This will be fine. We're okay.
Oh gosh.
She's fine.
Everything's okay.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, that's
Go
over
ahead.
20.
Fire.
18
Okay.
plus what?
5.
So while carrying someone, you do move at half speed. So
Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
Ah! Don't play with knives.
Those are
No.
scissors?
can I play?
No scissors.
Can I play with knives?
Oh
No!
Just kidding.
Did you
That's a
not
very
see
good-
me
Derek.
playing the knife game the other week? Did you
I
not
did.
see me?
I did. I was not
I can play with knives.
happy. Impressed.
Scissors.
I don't know. Really uncomfortable.
But I'm trying to be a responsible, almost adult right now. You cannot play
I'm
with
an adult
scissors.
and I am not responsible.
You're
I'm an
almost
adult. I don't care if
Don't
I'm
worry.
responsible.
I'm going to
I'm
be
an adult.
18 and
I'm
a month
older
and
than
1
you
day.
are. I'm older than you are.
But you're
I'll
less
be
mature,
fine.
aren't you? You're
Oh,
playing with
oh,
scissors like
got-
some sort of toddler.
Mate, she got you there.
I was born on a farm. I know how to use sharp
farm.
things.
Okay, I guess I don't know anything then, because being born on a farm makes you immune to pointy objects. Of course it does.
No, it just means I know how to use pointy objects in a responsible
Do
way
you?
that I don't hurt myself.
Oh, God.
Do you?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I'm sure that's what my 12-year-old brother would say too.
Having words.
Sorry.
You could lecture me in the car.
Okay.
She's upset.
Oh, you
Okay.
blew
And
something
it's
down.
funny.
Freak, we're dead. We're screwed, guys. This
Okay.
is the end.
Let's.
Wah, wah.
I guess keep going. Starfire, lead the way.
Okay, so I'm
Everyone
going at half
be
speed
really,
with her.
really,
Yes.
really, really
Okay.
cautious. Let's
So,
go.
What speed were we moving at
Doing some
before?
old
Normal.
branches.
Well, then put her down.
Put up.
What?
We were moving at normal speed before.
Oh, I thought you meant like put her down.
We're not gonna old Yeller Venetia.
Yeah, don't shoot the pregnant lady.
I wouldn't let you. I wouldn't let you.
No, don't even do
Two-for-1 deal. You get rid of 2 mouths that we have to feed that way.
All right, I will put down the pregnant lady and
Oh my god.
I could have told you you're doing it.
You have permission to hit
Starfire,
Christian.
go.
What?
Starfire, go. Lead the
Wait,
way.
what was that?
You have permission to hit Christian for that.
Oh crap.
So you're all just gonna continue?
Yes.
Yes, we don't really have much of a choice. We gotta get.
Oh,
to
actually,
the
I'm gonna summon Phantom Steed. Okay, you can ride on this one.
Okay.
It doesn't last forever.
How long does it last?
So as you're riding, all of a sudden the horse disappears from beneath you?
Right.
No.
Not all of a
That
sudden.
the horse disappears underneath me.
Wait, doesn't this thing
No.
last more than doesn't this thing last an hour?
Yeah, not 2 days.
Oops. Okay, 1 second.
Oh, 2 days. Fun.
Actually, technically only 1 day. But
Ah, well, okay.
yeah.
Let's just walk. We're good. I'm good. Let's walk.
Okay.
I can put you on it
Huh.
again.
And
We're walking.
And-
Which way are we walking?
That
Are we
was
trying
me,
to
we're
walk out?
following Starfire. We gotta get to this oracle. I don't know about you, but I don't really like the idea of the world ending.
Let's see here. 6.
If we don't defeat the All-Maker, the world's doomed anyway, so what does it matter? If we die here or not.
2, 4.
Because if we don't die here, we have potential to stop the world from ending.
Robasa
So-
reluctantly agrees.
Yay. We're all gonna.
Evie's going to
Die.
pull Rabasa aside and mention the fact that saving the world comes with perks. You know, like
Like,
Olimont over there.
Oh, she just did that to you. I was gonna say like free bathroom trophy.
Alamat Senpai, notice me!
Do you really think that I have a chance with a god?
Yes! If we save the world, maybe.
Save the
If you
world.
kill his dad, you might have a
Alright.
chance
I
with him.
loved the unanimous yes from everybody. That was great.
You
Again,
know-
no hesitation here.
Oh, I
No
mean,
hesitation allowed at
Dogs
this
right
table.
there.
You know, if you kill his dad, you might have a chance with him.
I'm.
You know, Rabasa,
She's not around.
I could see it. I really could.
Oh, let's listen to the entire conversation.
They pulled her off to the
Wouldn't
side.
she? Would she not?
Oh, no. Right. Yeah.
No comment. No comment.
Oh boy.
Well, as long as he doesn't
Oh,
comment,
boy.
our characters will never know. So.
Robasa is somewhat flustered, but but slightly more motivated. Yes.
I thought so.
Man.
Not a lot, mind you, but slightly more
Man.
Modified it.
Slightly
She has
more
the
motivated.
hots for him.
I pulled her off to the side. Your character has nothing to do with this.
Venetia
really-
would notice with her passive perception of 20 because she's not paying attention. to the map.
Venetia gets to notice.
Ed would notice because she doesn't care and would follow.
Can I make a persuasion? Not persuasion. Perception check. Then?
For what? To hear this? Sure, why not?
Really?
Why not?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We're still walking as we have this conversation.
Not good.
Yeah.
No, not
I
well.
hope
It's a
so.
12. It's a 12.
It's a 12.
So I just
Say
hear.
no. Say no.
Ah, crap. No, I was gonna say I heard glimpses of the conversation.
No.
No, he hears nothing.
You hear them whispering, but you can't make out what they're saying.
Hey, hey, hey! What are you whispering over there?
You'll
Not
find
even
out later.
business.
Maybe.
Just gonna go this way.
You'll find out if it
Both
becomes
battle
important.
axes are drawn.
Ooh, fire in hands.
You'll find out if it's
Cease with the fire hands.
Okay.
So-
if it's important. You will eventually find out.
Alright, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
As you've been walking for a few hours, you notice a leaf fall from one of the trees.
Well, we're dead.
What's that?
It's gonna kill us all.
There's nothing up there.
Do I sense it?
Is anybody else
Roll an
concerned?
intelligence check.
Not by a falling leaf. Ed
Great,
continues
I'm
walking.
level 1.
No, Ed, come back.
Intelligence.
How green is this leaf?
5,
It's the same
17.
color as the pale blue.
What'd you get?
Leaves don't fall in the Mistbloom forest.
You say that out loud because Ed will be unconcerned if you don't say it. Run!
Okay.
Ed is.
I guess we all start running.
I start booking it. As soon as he whispers that, I just start booking it.
Ed starts running,
Venetia will
then turns
try.
back, then comes for Venetia, then starts running again.
And occasionally you notice another leaf fall.
I don't like this
We're all
game.
gonna die.
Venetia's thinking, what do I know that moves faster when they're pregnant than a human? Basically any other animal.
Every other animal.
Not
This is-
cows, not horses.
What about a wolf? Does that move faster when it's pregnant? Faster than a human when it's pregnant?
Bravo.
Absolutely.
When it's preggers.
Wolves still hunt when
I've
they're
never
pregnant.
encountered a pregnant wolf, so I would have no idea.
Wolves still hunt when they're pregnant. They're vicious and
I mean,
amazing.
Dreams got a computer right here.
Do pregnant wolves run faster than pregnant humans?
Wait, where's my phone?
And the
Absolutely.
government wonder what we're
Yeah, my
doing.
phone.
Pregnant wolves,
Why don't I have your phone? It's right here.
wolves still hunt when they're pregnant.
I'm going to take it that means wolves probably run faster than we do.
Well, that is until about a week too, which is about a month. So
So, you mean she wouldn't be faster at this point?
she still would be, but just not as fast as an actual wolf that's more than a month away. Still be faster than a human though.
I'm just thinking,
Are you seriously
All right, let's
doing
just
I'm
keep
not
going
going
and
to run
running.
as fast as everyone else in the moment because
Can she run as fast as we can?
Wait, what is it to look up? What is it to
Um,
look up?
probably not.
How
With
fast
my
can a
logical
pregnant wolf
reasons of
run?
pregnancy,
Probably not.
then I would probably turn into a wolf so I can move faster.
What?
Okay.
Can't.
I would turn into this like really red wolf.
Don't know what this is.
Robasa is extremely distressed.
It's time to
The
run!
fact that I'm a wolf.
Yes. I am more unnerved by that change than I am by the falling leaf.
Robasa? She's a druid. She does this. Let's run. Because apparently this is dangerous. And I'm just going to trust the other people on this.
Right.
Yes.
We're
Time
running,
to
we're
leave.
running, we're
Let's go.
running.
We're all running after Starfire.
We're definitely not scattering. We're running in the same
Scatter!
direction, Derek. Same
Running.
Remember-
Yeah, I know.
remember-
I got you.
Okay, I don't trust you considering after what happened last
Oh, I
time.
split the group.
We are running together as a
Just
group
as always.
after the starter fire.
I'm going to say everyone make a general dexterity check.
I'm good at that.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I'm somewhat decent.
I have to use the
18
stat
plus
wolf
3.
Oh, nice!
dice.
Okay, okay.
18 plus 3.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Nat 20, so 21.
21.
You don't add anything to a nat
Okay,
Well,
20.
automatically succeeds. Yeah.
Great.
That's a 13.
Dexterity.
So unnatural dexterity.
Just general dexterity. What do you say, Jonathan?
No.
20.
Yes, 13.
Not natural.
So 20, 20, 20.
Wait. So,
20 clouds.
so we can't add our modifier to it?
15.
You add your dexterity modifier.
Okay, yeah, that's
you should
21.
kept the bandwagon going.
Okay, so I guess you're joining the 20
I
party.
got 15.
Okay, Jonathan, what'd you roll?
13.
Right, 13. So you're all fine, nobody trips. Thankfully.
Second goes, I didn't just.
Tanisha, you just bashed your head. You're unconscious.
No, that would be bad.
The pregnant lady unconscious, that's like the worst case
Do you know how much damage you would have to deal to a druid when they're in their base shape to knock them unconscious? Too much.
Yeah, about
Wolves
200
don't
or
actually
less.
woof. They make
They would
sort of
have.
more of
She
this
would have to
sort of
fall in a
sound.
ravine to take that much damage.
She would have to touch
Or
the
be
lava
Keelan and just
have
jump
her-
Or jump off 1,000-foot cliff. But then you die. You don't fall unconscious.
What? What?
It's a husky.
It's a high school.
Let me see that.
Huskies
Wolves
are so
don't. Wolves don't woof. Wolves don't woof. They make this noise.
Tanisha, please tell me you're not. Please tell me you're not. Please don't attract more attention than
I'm
we already
not
are
going
by
to.
running.
I understand
That's not
the
wrong. That's
situation.
from my dog's house.
You are not going to, but you are capable of making that sound if you wish.
I'm not gonna.
If you so desire, this is a sound that you are able to make.
So as you keep going,
Guys, shush. Guys.
as you keep going, you notice more leaves are falling.
Fear.
Is that what your character is
At this
saying?
point, you're probably
Yes.
about 4 hours away from the center.
Just
Unless you
on her
keep
breath.
running for 2 hours, then you're only 2 hours away.
I'm scared.
That's reverse math.
Reverse math.
You
What's
mean
reverse
subtraction.
No, it's actually division, so...
It's
If you walk with
Reverse complicated math.
Reverse, complicated reverse math. Ooh.
take
Let's
away
keep
math.
running because laser's falling. Let's keep going.
Okay, Jonathan, I can't reach, so please ding the note bell for me.
No.
How long have you been running?
That's good. Thank you.
How long have you been running?
You've probably been running about, at this point, we'll say about half an hour.
Okay. I need to keep track because I will revert out of being a wolf.
And then you just like start tumbling.
No, that's a bad thing to happen.
I would probably tell that I was reverting.
Yeah,
revert back,
yeah.
And then I would slow down and revert back and try to probably revert back again, just faster.
Okay, so what's going on now?
So you guys just running for 2 hours?
Apparently.
Apparently so.
I'm gonna need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw. 16.
Someone hand me a dice.
15 plus 6, 21.
Thank you.
19 by itself.
18.
Natural 19.
16.
Technically, you're all fine.
Freaking
But
dab.
But
I did this. It's not
I
a
need you all to
Nice.
actually roll another one.
Okay.
Let me steal
So
this real quick.
Hey.
Okay, 14
13.
plus another 6.
Wait,
That's an unnatural
Dang it.
20.
What are we doing?
Venetia got a 13.
What are we rolling for?
again,
Constitution.
Again?
Again? Wait, wait,
A
are we at the
natural
third
20.
one?
no, just
No,
two.
just 2.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so unnatural 20.
So you got a
know
natural
how
20.
skinny Ed is?
Jonathan, what did you get?
7.
Ah!
So
She's
we got a
having-
7 and 8.
A natural 20.
What'd you get?
13.
13.
She's having issues.
So
That was 10. You went like this and said 9.
no, she had her pinky down.
Oh. That's not how
So-
people usually do it. They do thumbs, but okay.
I thought it was senior side.
So you three,
Chad.
I'll get a point of exhaustion.
Me?
Okay.
No,
Okay.
You're
Jonathan,
already.
Casey.
I
and
cast
Andy.
I give
Into
up
Steed
this
for
option.
24 hour duration.
You're using like all your
Are you like,
sorcery points.
No.
It's like 5, isn't it?
Why are you asking this
It doesn't
one?
double.
This one is
It's
pregnant.
doubles.
Am
That
I
would
so
be
boys?
2, 4, 8.
I'm
That'll be
fine.
16. That'll be 16.
Oh,
It'll
it's
be
like
to
the
two
old
to
Pandora's box
Yeah.
of Halloween.
4.
My
8.
voice is
Our
held.
16, that's
stolen.
Well, I'll do 16 then.
you know this is 4, not this. This is 4.
Where's my scissors?
I kind of like it now.
She stole them from me.
Can I have my scissors, Gabby?
We
We're
have-
not gonna give them back to him.
We
I'm
have
not- you're
changed
not in
Christian.
the first place.
Okay, don't
He
let
likes
it
root
happen.
beer again.
I like root beer again.
Oh, good.
What?
Christian likes root beer again.
Oh, did you try the cafeteria then?
So
Did you try the cafeteria then?
you all are pretty much sprinting for 2 hours.
Pretty nice.
We got to get shopping clothes.
And
Hooray, cardio!
yeah,
Hooray, cardio. Hopefully,
Our
wherever
chests are
when
burning.
we get to where we're going, we can rest.
I can feel my lungs. Not in a good way.
I can smell colors.
and slowly more leaves are falling off the trees.
This
Man.
is concerning.
Man, is it like winter or something? Is it fall?
Leaves don't fall.
Actually, no, it's the middle of the year.
That's
Summer.
sort of a
Okay,
joke.
so
Like, what
now that
is
it's
it?
like the
Winter?
middle of the year? That's
might be.
concerning.
Is winter coming?
Winter is coming.
You just got that.
No,
Well-
I was eating.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't want to choke.
Well, Robaz is
And
fine
that,
because she's fit. She's extremely fit.
Ed
I'm
is
a very
not.
fit pregnant lady.
I'm apparently less.
Why'd I just imagine a pregnant lady but with abs? How does that work? It doesn't! Which is why it's funny.
There's actually a contraption. Not a contraption. It's just freaking like steel bars where you can just press it on your stomach and you can have like the appearance of abs, but really it's not abs. There's a picture of a fat guy with his belly up, but he has like abs at the front.
Okay, what happens as we're running?
Anyway, what
I'm
happens?
sorry.
As they're
Let's
getting
see some
tired
ab
of
discussion.
running for 2
Ab
hours.
discussion.
Pregnant lady with
Abstraction.
abs.
Ow! Ow!
What?
Ow! Oh shoot!
Sir, what do you
Gabby
send upon us?
takes 2 points of damage.
I'm
Is the snake?
I'm
Is
just
the
like-
snake coming back?
I'm just like really
You don't know
tired
if this
today.
is coming back.
It's probably coming back. It did say if we didn't leave that it would come back.
And find us would kill us.
We're trying to leave.
Are we trying to leave?
We're trying to get to
We're
the
trying to leave.
Oh yeah,
We're
We're
trying.
trying to
Let's get out of here.
We're
totally
trying.
trying.
So-
Let's get out of here.
keep running.
So at the moment, you're all running next to just this small stream.
Oh dear.
And you can all make a
Distraction.
perception check if you'd like.
Perception
Can I use
check?
my not my?
Yes.
19.
For this
I
you can.
don't see a
Sweet.
thing.
I use my
19.
passive perception.
13?
Right? Can I use that?
Yes.
Sweet 20.
20.
8,
19.
17.
17.
19.
19. So, what'd you roll again? 8?
13.
13.
What
Right.
do you roll again? 2?
I thought it was 8.
8.
So the 4 of you,
Okay, I do
Cool.
see something. Amazing.
as you like
But I
look
got
down
20.
at the 4 of you,
1, 2,
I'm
3,
too
4,
focused
my
on running.
pinky is pointing at you,
It's hard to
1,
tell.
2, 3, 4.
and my index finger is pointing at Christian.
There, better?
Can you, like, move over there?
What? Sure.
So,
Starts, crawls up the wall.
Extra style.
so as you're all looking down at the river, the water is a little bit discolored nearer to the shore.
It's like,
Discolored in what color? Is it red? Not have it be red.
I
Is it
think
like
it
a
would
head?
be-
Is it a body just floats
Discolored
by?
and- yeah, what color is it discolored?
I would think it would be more
It'd be
disturbing.
hard to tell while you're sprinting.
Would it though?
That's-
Because we're constantly by the edge, and it should be.
It is harder to tell while you're sprinting.
It
Is
is.
it- is
Your
it-
colors blur together.
There's even a penalty for fast traveling to perception.
I stop for
So.
3 seconds, analyze, and start running again.
Oh my gosh, and then as soon as you stop for 3 seconds, a
A snake
snakehead
hits
just
you.
come out and just chomps you down.
It's like that's what you get for running.
No running in the forest!
And I trip him, and then start running
I'm
again.
actually in
Roll
front of
roll
you.
an athletics check and roll an actually athletics
I'm
or
not
acrobatics.
serious.
Okay.
It was an excuse. It's like if you're being chased by a bear, trip your friend. Friend.
Oh,
Whoa.
I will grab your leg and I
Or
will
just
burn
outrun
you
them.
guys. I will light you ablaze.
So-
Everyone gets their turn.
So as you stop to look, you would notice that it would be slightly discolored in the red.
Guys, it's red. Continue running.
Just take a swim.
It's red.
Is it blood?
Starfires, the
No
water's
idea.
supposed to be red.
Too busy running.
Can we leave the
Start
stream?
running.
Can we
Why?
go
Jump
away
bones.
from the
I don't
stream?
know!
The path at the
Oh,
moment follows the stream. Well, the
What?
path. There is like a vague path you guys are following that goes right next to the stream.
Oh, great. We're in a place where we can be easily noticed because we're on the freaking path.
Notice me, Senpai!
Snake.
Senpai! Senpai! Senpai!
Snake pie.
So, and as you all keep going, it
Girls
becomes
pie.
a little easier to see in the creek next to you.
Good or bad or.
Time for a walk.
It's probably bad. It's just a guess, but it's probably bad.
I missed what did we say?
It's easier to see into the stream.
What?
I guess we keep running, because there's.
I don't understand.
We're just following Starfire this way and hoping he knows where he's going.
Like
The
into-
reddish,
Go
the
around
reddish hue.
circles.
Oh, the reddish hue
And
becomes
then a
easier to
hue?
see.
Hue.
The reddish hue becomes easier to see. I thought you said you can see easier into the stream, and I'm like, it's a stream.
I thought I
How muddy does that have to be for me not to be able to see the bottom? How-
Pretty darn
Put
muddy.
your head in and see.
Pretty muddy, yeah.
No,
You wanna take a little swim? Maybe you can swim
I
faster
trip
than
you
you're gonna
if you
want.
try to make me swim.
So, and you all just keep running, following this stream.
Don't die.
And it's strange, as you look forward, the path like seems to turn off to the left, but then it changes and continues to follow the stream.
Wait, Starfire, why is the path changing?
Why are we
Oh my
asking?
god.
Like the path appears to like turn to the right, but then it like changes to follow the stream.
Changes to follow the stream again, even though it was facing
Do
right.
you know D-Way?
Okay.
The
Guys,
path is
I
the
wanna
snake.
say that. So, when I was told to roll an intelligence check at the beginning to know about this forest, I rolled a 1, so I know nothing.
Oh, fudge.
Actually,
Oh.
no, that was just to see if you knew the way. You rolled a 17 on general intelligence.
So So I'm gonna roll again, see if I actually know this.
Make something up and it'll be
Yes,
canon.
please roll again.
Oh, you better
Actually,
get something
no.
good. I'll strangle you.
Oh,
yes, got an extra 17.
19.
Okay.
There are things, it's particularly in forests created by the Fae, that can change the way paths go to lead people to a specific place.
I hate the
I think
Feywild.
we're being led out.
But if you do not follow the paths, you will be endlessly lost in the Fae forest.
Okay.
So,
I just start cursing Sylvan.
I'm just gonna follow the path then.
Oh, yeah, I start cursing Sylvan.
Starfire's falling.
I can hear you.
Robos is tempted to leave the path.
Ed is having a hard time.
I just want to read a book.
so
I chewed on my kernel now.
eventually the path breaks into a small clearing.
Starfire.
And in this clearing, you notice something lying on the ground.
What do I see?
We see.
Guy,
You
well,
think
up
you
in
see.
the air.
Did he
What do I
die with
smell?
dignity?
I run to her.
Nope.
Is it a body?
No.
It appears to be.
Is his butt in the air and his head in the ground?
No.
I need a healer.
Is it the orc?
Do any of them know the body? Do any of you know the body?
I run over.
It's somebody, but I don't know which body. That was
very
terrible.
helpful.
It's somebody, I don't know which body. It's funny.
Everyone just stops talking.
As soon as I make a funny voice, everybody stops talking. Why don't I do this when I want people to be quiet?
I don't know.
Because you're too upset when you want people to be quiet.
Yes. I get loud, even though I'm upset at myself for getting loud, which makes me more upset and louder.
I could probably,
The only
in real life, I could probably use a
Work.
loud,
Okay.
intimidating voice to make everybody
Fine.
quiet.
I fire. I can turn to ice.
If I
That's
needed
not
to.
helpful.
Yoink.
She would love to kill you.
13. 13 to cast mass healing word.
Whose man's is
All right.
this? Points at the body.
So,
Shout is this? Whose man's is this?
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad!
so as you're all running into the clearing and like panicking, you notice the grass in the clearing is dying.
Is dying?
That's concerning. That is. Grass doesn't die this early in the year, and it doesn't die this fast.
Not that, actually.
Casey, you've cast Mass Healing Word.
You know, if I could get this thing off my hand, I would throw it at you, but I can't, so...
So
No,
you can use fire,
I
right?
can't. I
Yeah,
literally
I can use
cannot
any. I
get
can
this
use any
thing off
type
my
of spell.
hand.
I click my hands and they turn to black ice. And like black electricity. Back to fire.
All we might need is fire. If this
What?
goes bad, then we might need to burn the forest
Yeah.
down. If this goes south, we might need to burn the forest.
Oh, I'm way out of here.
Wait! Electricity?
Yeah.
Clear!
I don't think that's how it works. But it's worth a shot! No, I don't. He's the one thing.
We might need to burn the forest
Actually,
down if the
how
snake
pale is the body?
jumps out at us.
It looks fairly pale, and there is a small stream of blood.
Oh.
So it's still
Wait, is
fresh.
it-
1.
You give him 1 hit point.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
What makes him alive, technically speaking?
Makes him conscious.
We're dead.
Yo, what happened to you?
We slap him. What happened? You
Don't
stop
slap him! He just barely woke up.
First
Where's
off,
it
it's a
go?
woman.
I can
Oh,
always
hi,
heal
miss.
someone
Second
with
off, they
healing.
don't wake up.
Oh.
Is there a pulse?
Yeah, I checked for a pulse.
There would be a very faint pulse.
You're chaotic neutral, right?
Yeah.
So they leave them here as a distraction.
No.
I'm a wolf still.
Bark, bark.
I'm chaotic good, so I'm gonna pick
Bark,
this
heck.
woman up and run at half speed.
You jostle her a bit too much, and she loses 1 hit point.
Don't say this! Don't say that!
It's not funny.
Really?
16
It is funny.
plus 5.
She should be fine.
Yeah, she seems fine. She doing better?
This procedure is shatters, babe.
Will she live?
I don't
I'll carry her
know.
fireman's kit, because that's probably the safest way to do this. So I still
Okay.
got at least one arm free.
Okay. So just thrown over your shoulder.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna
We could tend to her wounds. I'm a wolf. I go woof woof. Sorry. I go, like there's something we should do, but I'm still a wolf.
Last minute, rip your headphone users. Rip them.
I'm sorry, Venetia, I don't speak.
Yeah, at this
It's
point.
Wednesday, my dudes! No,
apologize.
you made fun of me and my scissors. You don't get any.
Alright.
No wait, sorry, she doesn't get one. She gets 7.
Okay.
Because it's a D4 plus my spellcast.
She still does not come to
Dang
consciousness.
it.
What's it going?
Maybe we should check for.
Yeah, he said this
damage
already.
wounds.
Okay.
Cough, cough, cough.
I'm gonna.
Medicine check.
I want to do a medicine check.
What's your medicine modifier?
I'm pretty sure
That's
wolves
gonna
don't
kill
cough.
That's in player.
It's sneezing.
That's me coughing. Sorry.
Wolves can cough.
Wolves can cough.
Can I?
They can,
Yeah,
well,
natural
yeah,
one.
they
Can
can
cough too.
choke.
It's really funny.
They can choke and they
really
can
funny.
they can gag. I don't see why they can't
Just do that
cough.
sneeze things that dogs do. And they go,
There's a cat too. They do that too.
21 for medicine.
except for when dogs do
Okay.
it, it's like a snorting sound and it's really loud and you're like,
So-
Specifically for wounds.
So you're doing this as Rabasa picked her up and ran away?
Rabasa, put her down!
down, down!
I need to check her for wounds!
I need
Oh.
this body for stuff and
Are we
things!
stopping or are we not?
We're stopping!
Okay, fine.
This is what we came here to find! I think! Right, Starfire?
Yes.
Yes!
Okay, I'm putting her down.
Okay, I checked her while she's laying.
Okay.
She's dead.
So she appears to have almost a slash in her side.
Oh,
Oh,
So it
there
wasn't
goes my
the
dagger.
snake.
don't drop the dagger.
Drops the
Oh
dagger.
man, that's really fancy. Okay.
It's a fancy dagger.
I think it would be more fancy if the handle was one piece instead of that screwed together weirdness that it is.
Oh!
It's fine.
Derek, the one thing I said not to
I
do!
dropped it upside down. It's fine.
That's not any better.
It's hard
I
when I'm
didn't
holding a
even
pen.
drop mine.
Okay.
I almost dropped mine, and everybody freaks out. And when Derek drops his, only one person
It's
freaks
because
out.
I was holding a pencil too. If I wasn't holding a pencil, I wouldn't have dropped it.
Also, the fact I didn't notice he was dropping it until after Gabby said something.
Don't do that. I feel like this can backfire.
What, attacking
It
your
does
can?
have soda in that, so
You're right. So you bandage her side, which pretty much means you wrapped a bandage around her entire waist.
This
but,
noise.
Yeah. That's really what I was doing.
yeah.
Hungry?
What? Does this have a dog?
Yes.
And as you do that, you notice a few more leaves falling off the trees.
It knows how to nod yes and no. No.
Starfire. Out of curiosity, is this one's life connected to this forest?
No.
Vice versa? No? Okay. Well then, I don't want to tell them.
As far as I know.
Well done.
I've probably been bandaged. How much time has passed since I turned to a wolf?
Probably since you turned back into a wolf, probably about half an hour.
Wait.
Yeah,
'Cause-
you turn into a wolf and then
And
then
an hour
you-
passed.
then you would have
Turn back
turned
and then
out
you
of
turn
wolf
back
and
again.
then turned back into wolf,
I
like you
wanna-
said you
I
were
have
doing.
3 hours of
Oh, you have
wolf
3 hours.
Oh.
Yes.
So you'd
I
have
have
half
3
an
hours
hour
of wolf.
left of the first beast shape, technically.
Oh, okay.
alright.
Take a break at this point.
Yeah, so just take a break while I'm looking at
While
this
we're
guy.
healing this woman who's gonna die.
If you guys want to take a break right now,
Let's take a break.
Alright.
Well, I guess
Okay.
it is kind of 8 o'clock, but
Kind of
Okay.
is.
And then
yeah, I guess we're taking a break.
oh no, we're gonna mess with that.
We will see you all and see what happens
Like
in the
3,
next exciting part in
What?
3 seconds.
Remember back?
What race is this woman?
Fake.
You're not sure.
Great.
Can we-
That sounds great.
So looking at her face does not give us any clues to that then.
You can roll a general intelligence check.
I'm doing that.
So I'm
Alright.
not
That is
really
That is an unnatural
15.
20.
Unnatural 20. I'm probably not gonna beat that.
15, 16? 16 with the modifier. It's not
Greatest
You're
place.
still my string. Oh, it's just like, where'd my string go?
So, Christian, you would know
Every
that
time you make a mistake,
she is a
this is your
nymph, so
face.
thank goodness she's wearing clothes, otherwise you could go blind.
Oh, if she's naked.
Why
wait,
can
no,
we
I
go
would
blind
love
from
That's
What?
because nymphs are the embodiment of
You don't
Yeah,
perfection.
have to look.
that is a nymph.
Oh dear, so she's blindingly
Water.
attractive?
Yeah,
No.
literally
No,
blinding.
not water.
In the first edition,
Water nymphs are
looking at
scary.
one who is
Oh my
naked
God.
would
This
make you
guy
fail a death
throws
saving
the
throw
water in.
instantly.
And as like, hi, hello, and she's like dragging you down underwater, and she just walked to an enemy and talked to it.
Intelligence of 6. I have an excuse.
But there's a difference between freaking wisdom and intelligence. Wisdom is if you do something stupid. Or not.
Wisdom is not knowing.
You're enjoying
the
this
right
hat. It's maybe a little too much.
Yeah. You look like an anime character. I just can't.
Astro Boy.
No.
No, he doesn't know what Astro
No.
But
It's just like.
I'm
Don't
just
make
now
me
thinking
think
of
of
cars that
something.
reminds me of Griffith and Jess.
oh my goodness.
They're
They're
adorable!
It keeps making me think of that one anime character with like gray skin,
out of
black
time.
hair.
That's not an anime character, and don't finish that sentence. It's Homestuck.
What's it from then?
Homestuck.
Never heard.
Never heard.
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's
Never
a
heard of it.
webcomic, and
It
it's
is.
extremely old. Like,
Can you give me the
2008?
Can you give me the description
old.
then of the person?
You think
And
2008?
There's too much going
Yeah.
on in that webcomic to
It's more
Boy,
confusing than the Kingdom Hearts plotline.
yeah.
The Kingdom Hearts plotline.
What? Okay,
What
so
plotline? No, I'm just.
Where is the plotline?
I
you speak
pre-ordered
of?
that because I know for a
some
fact
kids
as soon as
download
Kingdom
a
Hearts 3
game
comes
that
out,
destroys the
everyone
world,
will
and then they
watch
need
it.
to make a new world with help of alien friends. That's the best explanation I can possibly give.
Wait, put it in your
Okay.
eyes, put it in your eyes. Oh my gosh. 2:30 a.m.
I believe it was orange eyes and yellow horns.
Yes.
Okay, let's figure something out.
candy
So
corn.
not poison.
Candy
She's
corn.
suffocating. Okay.
Shut up.
Okay. What do nymphs breathe? Because I don't know.
She's not suffocating.
She's
You said that and made that up yourself.
I just said she was gasping for air.
I said nothing of the
Gasping
sort.
for air. Okay.
Is she gasping for
Great.
air?
She is not.
She was.
She is not.
What?
It's no longer. Okay.
It's no longer. She's dead.
Okay, but she does still have a pulse, I hope.
What?
Yes.
Yes, she has a faint pulse.
Okay.
Freaking out.
Wait. All right. So what are we gonna
Starfire,
do?
is your friend a tree nymph?
So
No.
if
She's
she's a nymph,
What kind of nymph is this?
Yeah, what kind of nymph is
There
this?
are
I just
no-
see like it's a nymph.
You're not entirely sure. You've never deeply investigated the
Do-
differences between the types of nymphs.
Do I know? Because I know it's not a water nymph. I think it's a grass nymph. If I was right.
but
That or else a fall.
wait, if the grass is dying in the clearing, and she's
The grass
dying,
is dying, the leaves are falling, and the water's turning red.
well, but we're in the clearing where she's dying, and the grass is dying on the spot as she's dying.
Someone investigate the grass.
But we already know that it's dying.
And look
Yeah,
at the
but
grass.
why?
It's dying.
Yep,
Someone-
it's
Why
totally
is
dying.
it dying?
Someone do a medicine check on the grass, quick.
Really?
That's about how
19.
it's going.
19! It was a 19 medical.
The
Plus
grass
there's a
is dying.
No, I just saw like.
I'm pretty. My
Stop it, you're
point
making it
being
worse.
that
You
it's
kill
that's
it.
probably a grass nymph.
No.
If the grass is dying as she's dying.
Okay. Has the grass stopped dying or at
Okay,
least
so I got a
slowed
question.
down
Did
dying?
anyone wrap bandages
It's hard to
around
tell.
her?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
did. Wrap bandages around her and I cast
Yeah, you
mass
shouldn't have
healing
done
words
that.
and she
It'll
should
make her
regain
fall.
7 hit points.
All right,
Along
you
with
have
everybody
water
else's.
elemental as well.
Nope.
No.
I can use water magic though. I chose a black water. Oh, that doesn't look good.
Did you stop?
Let me drink that. Nope.
Okay, so you can't. So, alright, that option's out.
So I'm gonna look for any other visible wounds.
There do not appear to be any other visible wounds.
Okay.
Are there any holes in the clothes?
Who do we have to sacrifice?
Other than the one where the giant slash is on her side?
Yeah.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Maybe we should try to like
the
investigate the
blood-
surrounding area to see what's happened here.
You can do that. Go ahead. I am currently busy with my nymph.
Fred.
That sounded so wrong. I'm sorry.
It wasn't me that time.
My nymph waifu. And my
Yes, thank you. Actually, yes.
Oh no,
Gabby just comes out and says what we're all thinking.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Appreciate
thinking
it.
wife.
my nymphu. There you go.
Alright, Manisha, do you want to investigate?
I feel like it just died a little bit
So
inside.
that's your
me.
waifu.
Investigate the area, Manisha. Investigate
You're
the
the
area.
one.
It's immortalized on the
You're
internet
you
forever.
probably have a much higher skill level in survival than I do.
Derek,
Not on the
delete
internet
it.
yet.
Delete
I was
it.
thinking
Delete
movie. I
it.
was like, what's it again?
Not on the
Cut
internet.
that out.
What are we deleting?
Nymphu.
No, don't continue.
No.
Call her nymph waifu. Don't call her that.
Nymphu.
You
That
put
sounds
on.
like kung fu. She's like a kung fu.
Did you mean kung fu?
No.
Don't say that.
Nymphu.
Okay, someone else look around the area. I'm probably
Jonathan
really
is very
busy.
practiced in Nymphu.
Are you? How about no?
How about
Let's
we
go, no.
continue worrying about the dying nymph and
We're
not
about to-
talk about nymph?
See.
What?
That's it's on the board now.
She's a nymph. She's a nymph, so I'm assuming that means we cannot remove her from the forest.
Maybe
Then let's take her back deeper into the forest.
deeper? I thought we were in the center.
Are we in the center?
You're technically not in the center of the forest. at
So
the
this
moment.
isn't where we're supposed to go.
Oh, we're 2 hours away, aren't we?
No, you're still probably about half an hour away from the center of the forest.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so I will carry her again.
I have the
We don't have
horse.
giant bag. We got a
I
giant
have
snake
a-
coming
He's
after
got a
us.
horse that'll last an hour and go faster.
Longer
Okay,
than
we'll
an
put
hour.
her on the horse.
Goes right through the forest.
Unconscious people riding on horses. How does that work?
I will,
Roast!
I will also be on the
Just
horse.
throw
Rope.
her onto it.
Ugh.
We have rope.
Oh, we
do
have
have
rope.
rope.
Okay.
I will
Okay,
be on the
yelling
horse
is
with
real.
Okay,
Okay, there we go. That works too.
that works.
I am a wolf.
Ah!
You're a squirrel.
Chirp, chirp.
Alright, let's go.
Sorry.
So as you ride further into the forest, you notice the sky is slowly changing colors. From its regular azure hue, turning more of like a teal with streaks of green.
Judging what I've been through in the past few days, sky changing color does not sit well with me. I think storm
Guys?
cloud.
Guys, she's
What's going on? We're not back in Zakash.
No.
This is Zakash.
Plot twist. Dun 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 dun.
Zakash is just a state of mind.
You are a
I'm in it!
Whoa.
Whoa.
You guys put me there!
Actually, no, you put yourself there.
Screw you!
By contract.
When did I sign my soul away? Since when?
You did.
You did.
Remember, you signed your soul away.
Not until he's like, yes, I did. Never
You
mind.
literally did.
Shush.
Alright. When was this?
That was when you made this character.
Okay.
Yes, I am a slave. And they bought me, so yeah.
Andrew still owns your soul.
Yep.
Andrew forever owns your soul.
Please.
So,
Context.
so you keep going
Everything.
towards the center of the forest, and eventually you find this grove of trees, different from the rest.
Okay.
The leaves, well, there's not many leaves. The wood is slightly less reflective. Since I already described the wood as reflective, The wood in this grove would be not reflective.
Okay.
Normal trees. I'm used
But the leaves are still a strange color. They're, I think,
normal trees.
I think they're like maroon. I think.
Well, I mean, that can just happen in the fall. That's fine. That's fine.
Well-
That's not that weird. That's not that weird.
Keep telling yourself that.
Robasa is frantically telling herself this.
Rasa, I need you to stop and just take a deep breath.
So I got a question. Were you two thinking we're walking? Okay.
What?
Are we walking
No.
or running?
You were running.
Good. Okay, make sure we're on the same page.
Did we
Is it
stop
half
in
an
the
hour walking
clearing?
or running?
Are we stopping in the clearing now?
Are you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So,
I guess. Is this where
We're
we're supposed to
stopping in
be?
the grove.
Yes.
Yes.
so we are here with this unconscious, bleeding to death nymph. What are we gonna do?
It's not bleeding to death. He marks the bandages.
Nothing.
Well-
We're gonna let it die.
It's-
And
Out of character.
I thought
Jonathan.
it was a she. All right.
Eh.
Yeah, now you know.
They're pretty close to the she.
All right.
She
So
are just
anybody
from
have any
mythology.
ideas? So since she didn't automatically burst into a ray of light and magically become healed as soon as we entered the
I'm
clearing.
gonna trot forward towards more of the center.
You want to find the perfect center of the clearing? Is that what you're saying?
Nothing happens.
Oh. Sorry. How do I go?
Pray to the
Where's
gods.
the portal?
Pray to the gods to heal this.
As far as you know,
All
you already
night
went
guard.
through it.
What?
No,
As far
don't.
as you
that's
know,
the
you already
worst-
went through it.
Don't.
Oh.
Bad
So
idea.
which way's home? I don't know.
I'm gonna.
Right through the portal.
I went through the portal.
I know.
Stabbing. Lots of stabbing.
Did we watch him disappear?
You all went through it.
Oh, we all.
Wait,
I
what?
went through it.
Disappear
Okay.
what?
We're following
No one
Starfire.
disappeared.
Okay.
No. No one disappeared.
No one disappeared. All right. I
So
I
do I know
stopped
where
listening
home
for
is,
5
or no?
seconds.
I'm so confused.
It's right through the portal.
Then I'm through the portal.
Yeah.
But where is home?
Are we
Can
home?
someone throw something at him?
What is drugs?
What's going on? I'm so confused.
Are you having a pineapple Fanta?
How?
I'm just like, are we at
Okay.
home?
Would you like a pineapple Fanta?
So,
So,
so just looking at her face isn't going to blind me though, right?
No.
Okay, that's
the
good.
more I go into it, the more my head's gonna hurt.
You have failed.
I will stand right behind
Oh
you.
gosh, it
She's
was
gorgeous, and I am not sure what to do with myself. I am
She's
deeply
gorgeous and I'm
concerned
preggers.
for this gorgeous dying half nymph.
I
Nymph.
missed. I meant to
Dying
aim a little bit more
nymph.
to the left.
Yes.
I did that
I'll take this
literally on
away.
purpose.
You guys lost your marker privileges.
Thank
Okay.
I regret this.
I have
Yeah.
2 cans here.
Toucan.
He's got stone A.
You know you.
He has all of the ammunition behind
Let's not resort to
So
this.
we're back. Are we back?
To
in-
food
Are we
fight.
back in
It's
where
not
we
well.
were
It's half of a food fight,
No, it's a
half
food
of
fight.
an egg.
No.
That's
I
not
know, I
okay.
have plenty of food to throw.
Okay.
Yeah, still not a
Derek,
good
what
idea.
is the description of Starfire's home? What does it look like?
It is a grove of trees.
Alright, what's this?
So we're out of the forest?
Right.
Are we taking her?
Starfire just has to remember, give him a minute.
Are you all
It's
crazy?
been a long day for Starfire.
I'm just gonna open my book and read.
Womp, womp, womp,
Sorry, I'm
womp,
actually
womp.
entirely different.
It eats you.
No.
Not yet. What?
It eats you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I thought you were sorry. Yeah, snake comes out and it eats you.
The snake.
Well, that's a okay, no.
So I have absolutely no idea what
She
to
is
do.
breathing fine, right? She is.
She appears to be breathing.
Okay.
Does she appear to be
Oh, Nympho is alive!
ish?
You're not sure.
Great.
Can I make sure?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for that.
Your
This
distress
is why
makes
we
me.
need
A natural one! A natural one!
I am not wise.
No, you are not.
Hey guys, I think something's wrong with her. Can someone help?
She's not breathing!
Oh dear.
I am not a very good cleric.
No, this is how I tell for see if she's breathing.
Do you want?
She breathing?
Her eyelids.
Is she breathing?
Does anybody want my help?
Yes.
Yes,
Please.
yes,
What
please.
can
Can
you
you
do?
offer?
All right.
Help.
Medicine check. That is not very good. A 15.
I can attempt to do another medicine.
Another natural 19. I'm doing a
try
medicine
to-
check, so 21.
So if she wasn't stabilized before she is now.
Yes.
Awesome.
Woo!
That's great.
I'm a hero.
But
Well,
we
now
can't-
what?
But she's still sleeping. Or
Anti-stabilization.
unconscious.
We stab it.
Hey,
Still
is it possible for
unconscious
any of you two to wake her up with magic?
I wouldn't do that.
We do not have spells of that nature.
Makes
Of course
sense.
not.
No, we don't know what we're doing. I think Venetia should take us like a short rest because Venetia's cat tired.
Yeah.
Should take us
Wait, how many
Okay,
days?
we're gonna
Sit down,
take
take a
shifts
rest.
to make sure we're not attacked by the snake thing. Are we still in that clearing?
No.
We're in this.
No, we're in this
We're in the thing.
reflective wood. What?
We're still in the clearing with the not reflective trees. That's not your home.
That is.
That is
her
my
home.
It is his home.
It is your home.
He was confused.
Sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying.
So we're out
I
of the
forgot what my home was.
So we're technically out of the forest with the snake.
We're in the
Maybe.
center of the forest.
With the snake. Okay, we're going to take shifts. Okay, if we're gonna rest, we're gonna take shifts.
Hey, Christian,
Okay,
imagine
Vinny,
this.
she
You see
gets
my
to sleep.
finger?
Yeah,
We
she's
walk
gonna.
take a
further in and
a
around.
shift.
So I think at least 2 of us should stay awake because the
Three is
killing
the general
snake
thing.
isn't that.
General thing is 3 in 4-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoops.
Hello.
3. I can take the first shift.
You trying to inform us of
He
something?
knocked over my dagger.
Oh,
I'm probably gonna stay awake through it all.
The snake is here.
I mean, okay.
okay.
Venetia
honestly.
needs a nap. Parker's lady needs a
Stabilize,
nap.
but she's
Go
not
ahead
waking
and just
up.
nap.
Parker's lady's is sleeping.
Okay.
You think
Should
you'd
we
be
all-
on edge? That
She's
giant
taking
snake
a
is coming.
short rest at the moment because, you know, we're more.
Alright, so we're resting in the clearing with a pregnant lady and a dying nymph. And she's,
Not
she's
dying.
stabilized.
Thanks to me.
Stabilized nymph. And we have no idea how to help her or if she's
Can
gonna
anybody
wake up.
force her to make use some hit dice?
No.
Shaker. Use your hit dice.
This
No.
can,
Kill yourself!
this can only go well.
Okay,
Yay.
so does she have strangely colored hair or anything?
How will this help us?
No, just out of curiosity.
Her hair is brown. So no.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say if it was something like green, then that would be a good indicator of if she's a forest nymph.
She's a.
Or blue if she's one.
That sounds racist.
Dryad and
Quiet.
they have different names. There's Dryad and Naiad.
Yeah, Dryad, Naiad.
It's not a dry.
Keep in mind,
Is this more
there are.
Dryad, Naiad, Dryad.
Keep in mind,
Both.
those are all different kinds of nymphs, but they're also like the actual nymph race, and then the basically the sub races of that. Dryad is not a sub race of nymph; they are 2 separate things.
Okay.
All right. So taking shifts.
So, yep. I'll take first shift. Who else? There's 3.
Are we actually
Oh.
going to sleep now? Like, what color's the sky?
Teal.
It's
Is it getting dark?
pretty much teal. No, it's not.
It's teal.
I'll take.
Well,
She's
she's-
taking a short rest because she can in the moment.
Okay, well, we don't want to drop our guard. But
Anyone put
maybe we
Ethan
want
on?
to take a long rest because that might give her, the nymph, a chance to wake up. If she takes a long rest.
We're all just here in this clearing. But
We don't know if leaving the forest will make it so she's
Starfire, where is your home?
dying.
we are in her home.
Yes.
His home.
Boy.
Are in the home.
Boy.
Lovely home. I love all the
have a house?
grass and
That is dying.
No.
and the
Do you
I love
have
what
a
you've
bed?
done with the lawn.
You're standing on it.
Oh.
What's he
Well,
saying?
I'm out of ideas.
Okay.
We can climb the tree and just
No. No. No, that's a bad idea.
Parker's lady cannot climb.
Well, actually, I'm holding my bed.
I could throw you out.
I'm
That's
holding
an
my bag.
even
See,
worse
this is my
plan.
bag. You see the staff?
I could carry her on my back and climb up.
Light on fire. Just kidding. I don't. This is an imagined item that wouldn't work. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
So she's still unconscious.
I see.
Maybe letting her rest.
Should we do a long rest?
Let's just take a short rest. 4 hours. No more.
4 hours? Isn't that
Be
4
on
hours,
guard.
like 30 minutes? How long is a short rest?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh, well then, we do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you guys are exhausted, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like,
we
so
are.
Parker's lady is exhausted. She's taking a short
Yeah.
rest.
I am also. I
Well,
also
you take
have
a long rest.
exhaustion.
So, okay, so I think it's just us three who don't have a point of
No, I
exhaustion.
got exhaustion.
Ah, freak.
Well, okay.
I'm just taking a short rest.
Who-
I'm getting a D-shape back.
Does anybody else not have a point?
I don't.
So you, but does any?
I have a point.
I have a point.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
So,
Damn it,
I'm
guys.
beggars.
Why would you do this to us?
you take a rest. The two of us is fine. We've
I'm
got-
not sleeping.
Are you sure about?
I'm
how
sure.
Jasper was under pink diamond.
All right.
God,
Alright.
I say come on, Joss. So yeah, we'll just take watch. So you're on first. So in this scenario,
I just-
Well, the three of us are all staying awake.
really, I thought it was just okay.
I'll sleep
Usually
when
you
I'm
do it
alone.
based on shifts.
It sounded like we weren't gonna do a shift. It sounded like we were just gonna do one long.
So if all of you stay awake, you're all going to gain a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I actually have a reason for this.
Well, he's semi. Are you Faye?
Are we just doing a?
He's semi-conscious, so we can just leave him for the last shift.
Okay. Sure. So
So
I'll
we
take
just
the
take
first
a
one.
long rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So you take the first one. So you would have to make a perception check.
I would.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's only. There,
The
I say
heck?
that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You
I
just
was
look
like-
busy at the moment.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
What is this, and why
Well-
does it exist?
Okay, nothing happens.
Wait,
Okay, now it's my
Are they
turn.
made to be folding into smaller shapes?
That's
Yeah.
a
2 hours later.
that's a 19.
I don't speak good. English.
19, nothing appears to happen.
2 hours later. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay.
And have you been resting until now?
Nope. 1,
He's also fake though.
2, okay. 5.
Yay!
Nothing appears to happen.
Okay.
no.
So we all wake up. Is she still sleeping and completely out of it? Unconscious? Whatever she is.
Is she so new?
She would technically appear to be sleeping.
Okay.
Sleeping and versus unconscious.
So
or
you guys would not get your point
Still
of exhaustion
unconscious, you
anymore?
mean?
Yeah. We don't have
You mean like
Does she
sleeping
look-
as in like resting or unconscious? Sleeping.
Probably
Um,
more like resting.
I want to check her
Okay.
wound and see if it looks worse. If
Okay.
not, I probably want to change out the bandages at this point.
It does not appear to.
Okay.
I'm gonna sleep right. I'm gonna sleep right next to her.
Okay.
Oh, not weird at all.
That's not.
Loss?
That's different.
Hands off!
She's mine! Hands off!
She is a nymph and she's blindingly attractive.
That's it! It's blinding. I
Ah,
see what you did it.
ah,
But she's
ah.
not naked.
Well, she's still attractive. Just because I'm not going literally blind does not mean she's not attractive.
So stupid.
I mean, didn't I say I'll go to sleep when I go blind?
Okay, blind him! Strip off her clothes!
Whoa! I do not no consent. We need her.
No.
No. I'm taking.
So she's sleeping.
She's sleeping and you want to strip her.
I don't.
I'm sleeping next to her.
Let's not do that.
I'm not actually going to strip.
Good luck with that.
Oh, freak.
Let's see if
I would
can-
try to hit you if you did that.
Oh, I'll light you ablaze.
Ooh, now
I
I'm
can try to
interested.
heal her.
What's happening?
You don't want to know.
I think I do.
No, you don't. No, you really
So
It can't
Christian,
be anything
No.
worse than what my brain will come
You
up
would
with
cast
on its
Burning Hands in a nymph's
It would be
scroll.
worse.
No, on her.
own. I doubt it.
Burning Hands is a
Currently worse.
15-foot cone.
Oh, well.
So you're
You
trying to
vacation
strip
no!
her?
15
Yes.
But yeah, you can't choose not to hit the
I
ground.
can
You
figure that
can
out.
choose not to hit people.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's not do it.
Crazy. We're in a forest. You're gonna burn the whole thing.
Should I
Fine,
try?
I used it on ice.
Stop.
You're making
Should
burning
I
hands out of
try?
ice.
Yeah, I can do
Should I try to heal
Freezing
her
hands.
thoughts, Starfire? Should I try again?
I'm asleep.
Starfire's sleeping. Venetia.
No, you'll be the last one awake.
No, I was awake the whole time. No one's asleep. Right after the time was over.
So everyone's awake
Thoughts?
except you.
Yes.
You could
Try
try. She just looks like she's resting at this point.
Wouldn't hurt for her to get some
Oh, come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
help back. I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word again.
Okay.
Derek, do you think
Ooh,
the thing is
nice.
gonna
That
happen?
is a 24.
I don't know. I think so. This session probably be next session.
Make it happen this session, please.
It doesn't fit.
7 again. Sometimes
Okay.
my dice like me, sometimes they hate me.
Yeah,
Love-hate
don't.
relationship.
Dude, I know the feel.
Okay. You give her 7 hit
7.
points.
Could you pass us a red cream soda, please?
Us.
Pass everyone one. Yes.
Us.
Us. Very much us.
Us.
Burns us.
Fight for it.
It freezes it bites. The nasty elves twisted it.
What was
Curse
that
them.
voice?
Curse them.
Nothing.
Well, it sounds like
No
a
idea
tiny
how
animal
much
voice.
gobble is going to work.
It's like my Arnold Schwarzenegger actor. He does this a lot.
I'm driving the ambulance.
Put the cookie down.
No.
Oh, give me a chip.
What did you say to
No,
me?
no, give me the cancer. What? Yeah, chip.
What did you say?
Give me the cancer? What?
I don't know what I said.
Give me the cancer so I can get that check.
Oh, I heard
Put the
give me
cookie
the
down.
cancer. I'm like, why do
You
you
said
want
put the
it?
cookie down, and I was gonna go.
Put it down.
I
It's
suppose
not the
we
tumor.
wait and see if she wakes up.
Are you sure about that?
Do we really want to just keep waiting in here indefinitely?
We need an oracle.
Yeah.
Unless you know where to find the tier of the gods, and unless you two know where to find the tier of the gods, we don't really have much of an option.
Stop, points.
We're gonna starve if
So
we
unless
stay here
anybody
forever.
has a better idea,
No, I
including
have
you
survival
two.
feature. I can hunt for food.
Evie's kind of having
I wouldn't get her mad if I were you.
Survival, sleight of hand, persuasion, insight, history, medicine. I've got absolutely diddly.
Anybody have any ideas?
Dude.
No? If we wait 4 hours, and if she doesn't wake up, we come up with something else.
What snake?
Starfire, does the snake exist?
I'm still asleep.
Starfire's sleeping. You can ask him if he wakes up.
Can I kick him away?
I have poisons, but
like
I
how
don't
to
think
ask
those
you
will
for-
help.
for permission. Can I kick him away? No.
So, after a few hours, eventually she would wake up.
Okay.
Finally!
Hey,
Running a
Oracle's
little low
awake.
on time. That's fine. It's alright.
What color are her eyes?
I believe
You're staring into her eyes?
Seeming like you're just
Well,
like,
of course.
they're light green.
Oh, that's cute.
Starfire, are you still
Now
sleeping
you're
when she
talking.
wakes up?
I'm still sleeping.
What?
That means you're
I
cuddling
have,
next to her
I
while
have
she's
exhaustion,
asleep.
remember?
The nymph is awake.
The nymph
Still
is awake.
asleep.
The nymph is awake.
Still asleep.
And you're cuddling with the nymph.
Yes.
No!
Well, I guess I'm going to kneel down next to her because I'm assuming she's on the ground.
Yeah.
Do you speak common?
How are you feeling?
Not so good.
Hi.
What happened to you?
Oh, really?
I don't remember.
You
Are
don't
you
remember
thirsty?
who you
Are you hungry?
No.
Did she just say she doesn't
Remember,
remember?
what was the
No,
last
she
thing
doesn't
that
remember
happened to you?
She doesn't remember
Like,
that.
what's the last thing you do remember?
I left to look for something.
Wait a minute. Did we go off the path?
No.
Okay, good. I was like, we're gonna be stuck here forever. The world is doomed.
Even if we did, we could whip out.
Can we?
I bet we could. Gods.
Yeah.
I've seen that same glowing mushroom 3 times now. It's not the same glowing mushroom. Yes, I am.
Anyways.
Okay.
All right.
Do you
friend
remember your
Starfire.
name?
Yes. What is your name?
We need you for a thing.
Edge Blight.
Caliste.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Caliste.
Caliste. It's nice to meet you, Caliste.
You want to write it down.
Someone's just silent.
You said Paradox Assassin.
We're covering that up.
I saw that. I saw that.
Okay.
You know
It's a
that.
charismatic pulverizer.
Yes. All right. Our friend Starfire
I
told us
saw
her
it
name.
already. Alright.
Yeah.
Please, I'm gonna check your wound again. It's been a couple of hours. I'm gonna change the bandages and see how that looks.
It's best.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
it looks like it's doing quite a bit better.
Okay, that's good.
It's not
Are you
turned
aware
purple
if
and
you
green,
are
so
able to
everything's
leave
good.
the forest? Would you?
I am not a good healer. Are you able to leave the forest, or are there rules here?
Are you the Willow Maid?
I might be able to leave
What?
it.
The Willow Maid. You ever heard that song?
That's worrying.
I've never tried.
Never tried.
Might not be a good idea to try then.
If
Yes,
she
you're stuck with
suddenly,
me.
if she suddenly starts dying again when we teleport, we can always teleport right back.
Did you hear about the Elder Scrolls 6 skin, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, sweet, awesome.
I didn't look at the
Can you lead
Sorry,
us back
sorry.
to
Topic, this
your?
was good.
Do you have like a village or a house?
Not really.
We don't really have many options. It's the best idea we have is to leave with her and avoid the snake if at all possible, which means not walking out.
And we warp out.
Actually,
You're
what was
gonna
the
have to
last
talk
thing
to
you remember?
Almond about that.
What was the last thing you remember?
Looking
Because
for
we
something.
found you nearly dead. Like, what happened? Do you remember?
She remembers going to
Looking for something.
Okay.
Do you know what you were looking for?
No.
Was it a god's tear?
No.
Okay. For a second, I thought you were gonna say, yeah. And I'm like, I did it! I did a thing! But now I feel unaccomplished. Thank you for that. I get loud when I'm upset. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My voice can
Creaking
jump like
pebble.
3 octaves when
Alright, well,
Does anybody have any better options than trying to leave, trying to warp out of here?
I have no better solution.
well, Lamont, is that even possible? Can you warp us out of here?
Yes. Well,
Okay, could you warp us
Pavor would be better at that, but.
Okay.
Someone would be better at
Well
warping.
then,
Just want to get us out of
could
here.
you warp us back then? Should we have to come back immediately?
We still need to find a tier of the gods.
Oh.
So you guys are gods, so cry.
We are not complete gods.
Oh.
Sorry.
So
Just
you're
don't make
half
the whole
gods,
thing.
or you're just not full-fledged gods?
How blasphemous
More
do we
of
have
the
to be to
sentence.
make the All-Maker cry for us?
Oh my god.
Like,
Make
make
an
all
intimidation
that
check.
Get a natural 20 on the intimidation check. You
I tried to intimidate you. Do you know what happened to me?
Natural 20 might not be enough to intimidate God, I'm just saying.
it was an automatic successful.
You need natural 21.
Oh.
Or an intimidate character
All
in real
right.
life to make you cry.
I'm rolling a D100. Boom.
Oh.
I got a 93.
That's not 21. And you can't make the same check twice.
Okay.
Screw everything. Screw life. Heck you.
At least I'm really sorry to ask you this, but we're on a bit of a time crunch. The world is possibly going to end soon. I'm going to try and stop it. You wouldn't happen to know where we could find the gods here, or be able to find, or know where we could find one.
I do know where one is.
That's all we need. Tell us that.
I don't know if I can.
Ed is an elephant.
Breathe. Breathe.
No! I refuse! Wow.
Okay, then stop breathing.
Let him breathe. Let him breathe. He stopped
Ed.
breathing.
Ed, breathe.
Ed.
Even
And if you
Hey,
don't
you.
breathe, I will take your knives.
You can't draw them, only I can.
even
have
if
to
he
attune
stops
to the
I will
will.
light you on fire.
Even if
Ed
he
has
stops
infinite
breathing,
knives.
once he passes out, he'll start breathing again, whether he wants to or not. Just
He's-
let him hold
What if
his
he's like
breath.
really committed to it and he actually dies?
He won't be able to.
I said, what if?
It's
I
impossible.
actually-
It's impossible.
I found a strange you're actually okay with this.
What?
She doesn't like me.
I'm
They have an
indifferent.
interesting relationship. You can't tell us.
No,
Is there some
Could
sort of
you-
rule against that?
not really.
So why can't you tell us?
Could you,
Because it's important.
could you show us?
Is it more important
It's
than
not
saving
telling.
the world?
You quiet.
Ed. Don't play with
We
that.
have no other options. This is our trump card.
See-
We should play it as
see,
often as
dude,
possible.
That's
This is
fair.
what you get from trying to be the
So
leader.
you can't tell us, but could you show us instead? It's not quite the same.
I don't know.
Persuasion check.
I don't want to intimidate her unless I have to. So someone
That is
I
on
feel
purpose.
so bad.
That should be high enough.
Should be enough? Oh goodness.
17
Ed's going
plus.
to try to intimidate.
No.
him.
No.
Persuade.
No. Persuasion.
Persuade. He's gonna
Same
persuading
thing.
is better.
You do realize you do not simply roll for persuasion. I didn't actually tell you to roll. Persuasion is as much in character as the dice.
I yelled persuasion check.
You're
Did you
right.
not hear? Please.
It's in character too. You can't just roll the dice.
I know. I
You
was
have to
about to
pers-
persuade.
Okay.
You technically have to do it before rolling the check.
Okay. Well,
I
I
was
can.
not aware of this.
Try, Robasa, try.
Okay. We're currently trying to save, apparently not just one universe, but the multiverse. And
Apparently all of existence.
apparently all of existence
So wait, if
from
it's
this
all-
very, very bad godly man.
If it's all
Um,
existence, what about us? Like,
Start
us-
swooning.
That's not what I meant.
Too bad.
I knew what you meant, but still.
It's not what you meant, but it is what you were thinking.
Quiet.
In the voice. You
You're
gotta
only
say it in the
upset
voice.
because it's true.
The point is, everything, all of life could be in danger if we don't manage to get our hands on this. Roll now.
Roll now.
Sure.
Plus 3. Okay. Okay.
22.
Not 22, very much.
14 plus 8.
Plus 3.
Oh, I heard 8.
17.
If it was a charisma saving throw.
And I'm like, 22? I heard 8.
Awesome.
17.
Alright. You rolled a 17?
Neat.
Well, that's plus my modifier.
No.
Yeah, you would add your
Neat.
modifier for persuasion.
Yeah, that's plus my modifier, so that's 17.
It's totally gonna be right.
Nito Juni.
Right.
That's 22.
Oh, I missed it.
Well, if it's that important, there's one not far from here.
Would you mind leading the way?
I must say, you're very much more entertaining this way.
So she like struggles to stand up.
Okay, no, I help her stand up.
Okay.
And you get absorbed into her
Pasa,
being.
could you
She
carry
takes
her?
your life
I
force.
can carry her if she if she'll let me. Will you let me?
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, that's 16 plus my strength modifier of 5.
So you just
She's
pick her up,
learning, though.
and she
She's
is
better.
incredibly light. Like, she was shorter than most, like, humanoids, but she's ridiculously light.
I am alarmed by this.
And
Since
you're somewhat attracted by this.
no, dude.
Jordan likes men.
Okay, in total, that would be.
Yeah, that's
I lifted her
I'm
up
not
with
that
21 strength. Okay, so I probably way overestimate how.
Whoosh!
Oh my gosh. She's just like
No.
20 feet in the air.
No,
It's just-
that is not.
What's in your
That
plan?
won't happen, but still, I am shocked by this.
It's like when
She'll
you
get-
go to pick up an empty soda can thinking it's full and you go.
I'm like, oh.
Or like when you miscount the stairs.
Oh, and you just slam your phone on a missing tile.
Or you
Or-
go down the stairs and you miscount.
Oh my
You go
goodness.
down the stairs and you miscount. You think there's one more or one less than there is.
Yeah.
One less is worse.
One less is much worse.
It is.
Alright,
I'm not disagreeing.
carrying time. Let's do this.
Carrying.
Okay.
Lead the
So
way.
you start carrying her
She's
through
gonna
the forest.
point
I'm going to shake you away, Starfire. It's
Yeah.
time to move.
Okay, good.
Blaze bonfire.
Starfire,
Okay.
you awake me.
I kick in
Was
between
she
the
heavier
legs.
Wait.
before she woke
Okay.
up?
Whoa,
No.
serious?
Okay.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
But she looks like an adult, and she probably weighs less than 100 pounds.
So Casey.
All right.
That's 18 to hit. That's an 18 to hit.
He kicked you in the balls, dude.
All right.
He
Well,
kicked you in the balls. You.
so.
Yes.
Okay.
See,
I
this
am
is why
definitely
Ammon
gonna
has bad
cannot
characters.
Yeah,
It was a
Wait, roll the hit.
It was a joke.
Roll the hit.
He
It
did.
was a joke.
It
It
was
wasn't a joke.
Don't damage the forest. I don't want the. I don't.
Don't damage this man's dignity.
I
I
don't want
poke
the
him in-
snake to come after us.
I poke him in the side with my foot.
Okay.
To wake him up.
Hey, that one.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yep.
you awake yet?
I go over and hug Kalista.
He's being held by robots at the moment.
I go
So
and
it's
hug
very-
her.
There
Okay.
No,
Gotcha.
no. I'm
Like-
already. Go.
It's kind of like an awkward group hug.
I feel uncomfortable and I promptly kick you away.
Whoa.
Ed goes for a
What
hug
does she
too.
do?
Lightly kick you.
Kalist?
Yeah.
Full on kicks to the balls.
She
Just like,
doesn't do
like,
anything.
just like a tap of my foot, like get away.
Get away. Get
Wouldn't it be really hard to balance on one
Onwards.
foot while carrying a
Go.
person?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, let's keep this
I
ball
can
game rolling.
do that right here, right now, if you don't believe me.
Actually, never mind.
I don't
Can
think
you
you
pick
can
up
lift
Darren?
me.
Oh, you don't think I can lift you?
Probably.
I promise I can lift you. How
She's
much do
never
you
tried.
weigh?
180.
I promise I can lift you.
Lift him up. Lift him up. I was just.
I doubt it.
Are you serious?
Alright.
Do it.
Jonathan just doesn't want to lose his dignity and
No,
pride.
I don't want to be picked
He doesn't want to lose his pride.
Look at him!
Person is strong.
The dude is shooken. He's William Shooken.
That was weird. I don't feel comfortable
True
right
strength
now.
right there.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You deserve the middle a clap and a half.
Yes.
Wow.
The heaviest person I've ever picked up is like 250-ish.
What's your max?
I don't know.
Oh, whoa.
I picked up my dad when I was 7. He was heavier then.
You also ate an onion.
Yes.
And that's on the air.
Not when he was 10.
Also,
Alright.
there's serrano peppers, but
Back
it's also
to-
on the internet.
Back to the
So
team.
that's when you were
It only has 2 views.
Meh.
It has a
It'll
lot more than
explode.
2 views.
I
Alright.
believe that
Him
onion
eating
has
an
about
onion?
50, 60
No.
views.
I'm talking about the serrano peppers.
Oh, yeah. That has like 2 views.
You haven't even
We should
seen
have a
the Twitter.
channel list like Jonathan Eats and just see him eat like random.
Why did you say? Why do you
Ghost
say that was
pepper. And
weird?
you see in like the final.
Jonathan eats motor
final
oil.
episode,
Why
it's,
do you
like,
say
some
that was
very
weird?
deadly-
Because Yes!
Oh my gosh, what's that apple?
Jonathan's
in
not
Florida?
like a
Oh, if
touchy
you eat
person.
it, like you
Well,
die. It's the
okay.
apple color.
And that was kind of close.
New apple.
Oh,
Like,
there we go.
that's not okay.
I would personally go to
All
Florida,
right.
take one off a tree, and come back.
My ears are turning pink.
I
I
can
can
tell.
feel them.
I can
Let's
tell.
get this ball game moving, guys.
All right,
We
before
got,
you
like,
get
less
any
than an hour.
more
Let's go.
embarrassed, let's continue.
Jonathan, you okay?
No.
It's okay, we'll get better. Anyways, police lead the way.
Wait, if we're
Lavasha,
leaving-
just
Fair
go where she
warning, if you
points.
challenge me to do something like that, then I will have to pick you up, which
Lift
will
the
involve
pool.
touching.
that could have been like me today, like if we kept like arguing over the freaking soda can.
Yeah.
But I won in the end.
Okay, police lead the way.
Okay,
Yes,
Prove that
please.
anyone will argue about
Continuing
this
to the
is a
plot.
soda can.
so she's like generally pointing
Wait,
you
what do I
in
call
direction.
This is a soda.
I just
Yes.
noticed I'm really a lot
What do I
like
call it?
when I'm scared
Maybe
of something.
seriously,
I
I
don't
don't
follow her.
I don't make eye contact.
We call it a soda
You
can.
probably walk
Prove that
for a
anyone will
Facing
good.
away.
Hi everyone,
Yeah.
trying to
This
listen
is
to
a
Derek.
rock.
So you probably all walk for a good hour, hour and a half through this strange forest.
No,
It's okay. We can walk
Let's
through
just
the
get
strange
back,
forest.
please.
It's better than the
back
other
to
forest,
Ormel and
I
on.
think.
It's better than dealing with the snake.
And you find
Apex.
eventually this strange statue. It's hard to describe how I'm thinking about it.
Start with the basics, like color and size.
It would look like one of the stone golems from the book. So if I were to
How
go,
about we don't?
Will this stone golem be my friend? Will this be like the iron golem?
Nope.
I don't give people friends. I'm just kidding.
I do. I give you a friend. I give you an iron golem.
So
as
it
a
looks
friend.
kind of like that.
That's
Okay.
what the statue looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, kind of like that.
Okay, we're gonna
So
fight
what are
it.
the differences?
Um,
In what ways does it not look like that?
it has its hands kind of like this, and there's something floating between its hands.
Okay, so like out in front of it?
Yes.
I want to touch
Yeah.
it.
Okay, no.
Let the
What?
nymph touch it.
Is it glowing?
It is glowing.
Ooh.
What color?
I believe red.
Ooh.
And no!
There's like the button at my work. I want to.
My thief instincts are telling me to take this and sell it.
And
But it's probably the god tier, so I'm not.
Let's let
Okay.
him touch it.
You go touch it. Push slightly.
Okay.
So yeah, this happens. Derek, are you okay?
Yeah.
You seem out of it today.
Well, we had a big
Not seen
argument,
out of
so
Yeah. I forgot about that.
I'm still freaking exhausted.
Oh my goodness, your text, dude.
Okay. Moving on.
I was done.
Moving on.
Yeah, you two are the quiet
so
ones
is-
in that usually.
Police, is that the god's
Gross.
chair? Is it safe to borrow?
It depends on what you mean by safe.
Like if we touch it, are we gonna instantly
Non-harmful?
die?
No.
No.
Will the snake come? Will the snake no?
Snake!
Probably.
Oh, okay, so if you're. Are you willing to try teleporting out of this forest in case this goes bad?
Suppose I could try.
Alright, so.
Okay, you're carrying.
Stormcloud, be
Bliss.
prepared to warp us out.
So will anything happen if we touch this?
Yes.
What will happen?
Lots of things.
So
I don't know exactly.
Oh gosh.
I volunteer as tribute.
No.
I'm gonna touch it.
I'm
No.
going to touch it.
But
Maybe
I-
she should touch it
Here.
instead of us.
Guys, whoever wants to touch
Yes,
it,
let the nymph
roll.
touch it.
Let
Highest
the
roll
nymph
gets it.
touch it.
What? Highest roll gets it?
I'm not touching that.
No, let
Let's
the
let the
nymph
nymph touch
touch
it.
it.
Let's let the nymph.
one,
touch
two,
it.
The
three,
nymph
four,
touch.
five,
Okay,
six.
the nymph touches it.
Does the
Can
nymph
we ask the
want
nymph
to?
to?
The nymph is not trying actively to touch it.
Touch it. Just push her into it. Touch it.
Can I have an idea? Can we draw sticks but instead just roll dice?
Ed
If
touches
you
it.
want to.
Whoever
It
rolls
touches
lowest
Okay.
touches it.
Are you grabbing
Really?
it or are you just
Lowest
touching it?
Lowest
I am
roll.
like lifting it out of the if I can reach that high.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
into this. 16.
Gently
I'm good.
lifting it out of the hands
Oh,
and
fuck.
taking it down.
I touched it.
So
Um,
as it moves away from, like, in between the hands,
And I replace it with a bag of sand.
This is Indiana Jones.
I don't think that's gonna work.
you notice the foliage around just start to decay and wither.
I think this was the life of the forest, guys.
Come back, come back.
Put back.
I got
Go
put it back.
The tree nymph dies. Oh, what?
So you're trying to put it back?
I don't know.
Take back! Take backs!
There are
Take
no
it back.
there are no take backsies in my kingdom.
We're dead.
You might need this.
If we need the tier, I suppose we can't do whatever we need to do from here. Can we?
No.
Alright, then.
Teleport, teleport,
Time to
teleport.
teleport before
How fast
Snake
is it
gets
dying?
here.
How about that?
So,
like a sudden wave. Whoom!
and
Everything
as
falls down.
Winter's coming.
as you lift it out,
And what
you
get
probably
is
would have heard
freaking
her
pain.
gasp.
Game of Thrones, winter is
Yes.
coming.
Do you
Okay.
guys even
Like,
know
almost
what
in
the
pain.
winter is?
Oh,
Put it back.
she's
Put it
in
back.
pain.
Put
it
She's
back.
in- Are you okay?
Put it back. Is it actually a freaking...
I'm in the middle of the books. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Put it back.
We're back.
I tried to put it back.
I
No, you
said
didn't
take
try.
backs! And everything!
I tried to put it back. I said I tried.
Did it work? Did you put it back? Did anything stop?
Technically, nothing would have happened.
See?
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yoink!
Okay.
Run.
Okay. I guess we gotta warp out with her.
If this force is decaying, the snake person will know where we are.
Well, teleport now. Quit talking.
It
Teleport.
was technically dying before we came here.
Yeah, but this is doing at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
And before it was just like leaves falling or grass dying. This is like withering and decaying.
Okay.
Dark Mist, Alamont, one of you. Poof. Poof us.
Sword Cloud!
Poof.
Cumulonimbus!
Poof. Poof us.
Stop calling me
Cumulocirrus, thank you very much.
names.
Whatever.
Oh, those clouds are pretty.
So,
Or try to.
so technically you would all feel your form shift again and find yourselves once again in Ormelinon.
Adventure!
Okay.
Okay.
Do the thing.
That was a thing. That
Okay,
happened.
nymph. We need to focus on the nymph. She's in pain.
How's the nymph doing?
Dead.
Not very well.
Her
Not
neck's off.
very well. What do you
Her
mean?
head fell off.
Define not very well. Worse than before?
Okay, give her the tear. Maybe that'd help.
What if he absorbs it?
Oh god,
I
dude,
don't-
chew with your mouth closed.
She asked me a question.
That wasn't really a
Boy.
question, but
I'm sorry.
all right.
It was weird. Just cry.
She probably won't absorb it. Like,
Are you sure?
Dude, the
You
tears
don't
are
know how magic works?
We are running out of
Hey, none of
time.
us know how magic
she's gonna
works.
die.
We're running out of time.
Fine. Hands.
Snake. Give it to the nymph. Give it to the nymph.
Okay.
See if that helps her.
And as you're like handing it to her, you notice that her physical beauty appears to be fading slightly.
Is she becoming mortal?
You don't know.
Is she ugly?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yes.
I have to answer truthfully.
Awful now.
I think you can figure out what he means by
Beauty
not
isn't
yet.
everything.
Beauty
It is to her, though.
Beauty
It's a
is
thorn in the eye of the beholder.
okay. So she's
Okay.
Shifting.
Where
she's
exactly
holding
are
on
we?
to it. Yeah.
Ormelinon.
So
Yes. Are we in the tavern? Are we in our room?
we'll say it's about it would technically be around nighttime in Ormelinon. So let's
We
say
need to do the ritual now.
you appear in the dock district. Why not?
Do we have all the
I like
equipment?
that.
Yes,
to
we
the
do.
Ritual? Then let's do it.
We
Why
have-
are
We
we
have enough. We
complaining?
have everything for the ritual.
Yes.
From what you know.
Yes. From what we've been told.
Do we need anything else?
Well, this have to be said right. Do we have to be in certain place?
Yeah.
I do not believe so.
Great. Let's do the ritual.
3, 2, 1,
We're
go.
out of time. I don't want the thing to go.
I don't want anything to die, but in chess, in a game of chess, you have to make sacrifices in order to win.
You
I feel
are
like this is a worthy
cold.
sacrifice.
Have you played?
You are
Have
so
you seen No
cold.
Game No Life?
I think I actually
I have
seen
not.
You should watch that. and see.
So either,
Oh, have you
if
seen
this
it?
was a
Yeah,
game of
that's very
chess,
contradictory.
either you just sacrificed your queen, or you used your queen to get checkmate.
One of the two.
You lost the queen. You're a checkmate.
I feel like this is a checkmate move.
Let's do the
I've
ritual.
thought about the pieces this entire time. I've been more quiet than I usually am.
Against us or
Usually,
against
yeah.
them?
Put your
Against them.
shoes down.
Why?
It's disrespectful.
I'm relaxed.
Them up. I'm relaxed.
Relax on the floor like the rest of us.
Nah.
Pick her up. Pick him up. Actually, you should
Oh
look
yeah, I
up.
can pick you up again.
Hey,
you know?
Gabby.
No, Gabby, let's
Gabby, look at Becca.
What?
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 Her
What?
feet are not on the ground like the rest of us.
What?
Oh, well, still more respectful than putting its shoes on the table.
Don't knock over the Pringles.
Doesn't
remove more than you
more
like.
damage than I have. Congratulations.
So,
What was that noise?
I was gonna switch with Sonic.
so you all head towards the great Tower of Vortinar, rising ever upwards into the sky.
I yelled for the guards! We need to get in!
No.
How about you two don't show
Well,
up?
you just
because,
opened
you
the
know,
front door.
They want to banish the Dark Prince.
Alright. No.
Just saying.
Guys, enough. Let's do this.
Okay, we go.
Okay.
I'm probably the only one they
So you
actually
go-
recognize.
You go to the great Tower of Vortinar, and you and then you hear a voice. You'll need to make it to the top.
Thank you. And we just go up to the top.
You do what?
What voice? Is it the voice I know?
It'd be a voice you've heard before.
Oh no.
Not in the bad way.
Okay.
Is it Almonte the Dark Prince?
Most likely.
Okay, go to the front. Go to
Most
the
likely.
top.
Awesome. To the top.
Top.
Oh, stairs are gonna be hard.
Just
Yeah.
make her head hit the
super
every-
light. Robotica can handle it.
We'll take the.
I believe
we'll take
you.
the lift.
Take the elevator.
The
There
very
is no
ropey lift.
elevator.
Is the nymph still okay? Is she doing okay?
Her physical beauty is still fading, but
Is she otherwise fine?
it's hard to tell.
We have no time. We have to go.
There's a lift.
Quit talking about this kind of stuff.
This is
We
an
gotta
out of character
go.
argument. Our characters are making their way to the top.
Yes, our characters are making our way to the top.
There's this thing called floors
I was joking.
and ceilings.
I was joking.
Never heard of it. This is an out of character conversation. We're making our way to the top in character.
I know.
Okay.
Yes.
You
So.
start making your way to the top.
Yes.
Yes.
And we
Preferably
continue making our way
as
to the
fast as you
top.
possibly can. Safely.
Okay.
Listen.
So you make your way to the top of the tower.
Okay.
And think of like a gazebo on top of the tower.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
Okay.
So it is. More or
Gotcha.
less. And there are intricate patterns carved onto the floor.
Who
Okay.
knows how to do this ritual?
Now what?
The Dark Prince,
Then you-
Almonte, what do we do? Because we don't know this ritual.
First, the ritual must be reversed.
Reverse. Okay.
How do we reverse it?
I know
What's the
that, Jacob.
reverse of the ritual then? Good to know.
In order to reverse the ritual, it is not easy and not something I liked to bring up and never found a good time to. Technically, in order to do the reverse the ritual, it requires a sacrifice.
Well, all my souls are gone. I'm fresh out.
Doesn't Almond still have
We
all
have
those
a sacrifice.
Don't. Don't.
Oh.
Don't.
Souls?
Don't.
Say the
Hi.
oracle.
Oh.
Wait, who's the?
Okay,
are
that's
you the
fine.
Sacrifice. So
I'm willing to save the world in any
We need
way.
a sacrifice.
We do want a soul. For a soul.
Oh, that's
Do we
I'm
need
not
to-
ready to die yet. I know I'm good, but I'm not ready to die yet. I've got things to do.
I need to look for those
I'm
artifacts.
willing to go if
Wait.
we'll save the world.
You have those
The
souls. You still have those souls, right?
Souls are not what is necessary.
What is necessary?
A life.
What is-
What's necessary?
What is necessary?
A life.
He keeps answering the question.
We need to find another old person.
Which order back?
We go to that
Okay, I have a will.
So
I have a
why does the
sacrifice.
reverse of the ritual require a
Okay,
sacrifice?
okay,
What
guys.
does the
I'll do it.
Oh yeah, you're leaving.
What?
That's true.
You should probably read this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sacrifice myself. I have one request. Find,
The Godric could say that.
find those freaking artifacts before my ex-friend does. Otherwise, disaster will spill out here.
What are they?
Okay, I'll consider that for the next adventure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
come on!
Interesting.
So I'm like,
Fine.
just do it!
It's only 9:30. We still have an hour. The thing
So-
can still happen.
We can go less.
So, Alamat would technically have to appear at this point physically. And he stabs you.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, then.
No heads up? Come on. I say, no heads up?
It's always easier if you don't know what's coming.
That's true. That's like
You just see him going down like middle fingers.
Alright
Ooh,
then.
what'd you
One way
say?
to save the world.
As I said to Godric.
You wish you could have you
No, that's Carbo. I said to Carbo. You wish you could.
So,
Gives you a thumbs up.
It did! Woo.
so the blood would run through the pattern on the ground.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Oh yeah, one of these. I've seen this.
You
before.
actually see him with his smile on his face, like a dying smile.
Yeah, as your body disappears.
Yeah.
You fade away like Yoda.
Well then.
Pretty much.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
No!
Spoilers.
You haven't seen it yet?
Nope.
That's
No.
your fault.
Doris,
You
it's
say
not,
any
it's not
spoilers,
a
I'll stab
spoiler.
with this needle.
At least I don't know who it is.
Any more spoilers? I will
I
stab
bet I
you
can
with the
figure it
needle.
out.
Okay, that's better.
don't do that.
So yeah.
Okay.
Everybody just fades away. Cool.
Yep, now.
Now you're gone.
Stay.
I'm gonna say
And then
them, though, like,
He
that.
takes
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tear of the gods from you and places it in the center of the spiraling pattern,
Okay.
and a pulse almost goes out from it.
Actually, before he dies, he would give one of you guys the artifact, Godric's artifact.
Anisha.
Yeah, he'll give it to you.
And
Yeah,
you're
but
just
he's
like,
like
give
the
it.
closest thing he's got to a friend at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evie was kind of standoffish.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
Yeah!
Let's give the pregnant lady the question. I don't even know how close she is to getting pregnant this one.
I just realized something.
What?
Is it the thing?
You're
Please
not-
let it be the thing.
Don't go into labor right now. That would be the worst.
I have
Healer
to.
is not a good healer!
I have to look at something really quick.
Oh no! Oh no! That's- Okay.
Please, please, please. Is it the thing? Please let it be the thing.
No, I'm sorry, but it probably isn't gonna happen this session.
I need it to happen.
Sorry, dude, this session was the Oracle the whole time. This
Yeah.
is kind of why I had
Christian needs to see this.
Just tell me in the other room.
Fine.
Ah, here it is.
Back rooms.
So who wants to roll me a d20?
Me.
Okay.
4.
4.
What's the not Aaron roll? Because it's really a bad number. Unless the 4s are good.
Here, read this. What is it?
Let's take Eamon's roll. 17. That was a 17.
Yes, because I rolled that.
Ah.
Seriously, D20?
Wait,
I hope
what?
it's not another
Oh,
demon.
no, I rolled it for.
Yeah.
It probably will be. Don't worry about it.
I don't want another demon in a bottle. I don't want another such name like this.
Tiny manticore.
So,
He was actually keeping his life.
Huh.
so when you guys teleported back, technically about 20 days would have passed.
Our
Maybe we'll
time frame
read
would
out.
have been different from about.
And this is why I said don't put your feet on the table.
Put them up higher.
About 20 days.
She still has just a little bit.
So,
Well,
so
it's
what's going on?
debatable
No,
because
she still has a little bit. We'll leave it there.
So what's going on?
Let's not let her go into labor. In the
I was
middle
just
of
seeing how the Feywild time warp affected things.
Oh, cool.
Well, because if our time, because from my time is perception from everyone, it'd still be according to my time.
Technically, no.
What?
It's as if time itself shifted forward.
That's odd.
That's
The same thing happened when you left the void.
Time stuff.
Yay, time stuff.
Wibbly wobbly, tiny
I
whiny.
mean, stuff.
Stuff.
It's more like a big ball of wibbly wobbly, tiny whiny stuff. So, and technically, if I can remember, oh my gosh, give me a second.
We'll give you a second.
Okay, seconds up.
Alright, then we're back again.
Dead.
What?
Who's dead now? It's kinda sad.
Oh, now you feel like something for him.
Evie likes people. She was just being standoffish because she didn't quite know what to make of it.
This is really good. I like this.
You-
Okay, which one of you
Is
is
that easy,
dead?
by the way?
You all,
What? No, that's not Evie.
Oh.
That's not enough.
so you all would feel this
Someone else.
almost like another pulse, but almost like goes through you as well. Like goes, you can hear it and it goes through you.
it feels like if a big person jumped into a pool next to you.
No,
No.
Not that type of wave.
it feels like if someone shocked you.
Okay.
That.
Kind of like the thing.
Yes, like the okay.
Your boss says having some
I was
post-traumatic
wondering,
stress
how
disorder.
did you- I jumped.
I think it's actually designated as a syndrome now.
Virtue would be a thing.
Yeah, it's a little traumatic.
Stress syndrome.
It's true.
I don't like that. I'm not going to call it that. Unless
So,
until further
Psychosis,
notice.
apparently.
I'm having a panic attack.
Here, we've got $100.
and as you're all just watching, the tear of the gods cracks.
No.
Is that
Turns
supposed
out-
to happen?
Turns out it's a phony. It's like the new part.
Don't bring this up.
No.
That only cracked because you tried to turn someone into a mermaid and succeeded.
Yes. Why would you do that?
What?
To make
Okay.
someone else
He
not a
killed
mermaid.
his
anymore.
wife to make someone a mermaid.
She was, well,
I didn't
the
kill my wife.
Kill's a strong word.
wife is also a strong word.
Manslaughtered.
Waifu.
Oh,
You manslaughtered your girlfriend. There we go.
A force
Anyway,
of all
cracks.
tricked marriage.
That's not good.
That's okay.
We were the ones who tricked him, so.
It was Andrew, you, and you, right?
Guys, night.
Guys, night.
No, I wasn't there actually. It was the girl there. I can't remember. That was Victoria.
So yeah, it cracks.
Is that
Yeah.
supposed to happen?
I'm not
listen,
sure.
I think
Well, I
so,
hope so.
because why would it just leave the god tier the same?
How
We're
is
using it.
how is Nymphy?
Impy.
Still not doing very well.
But she's not dead.
Your nymph
Not
is dying.
yet.
Why would you say that?
You're dying.
Roll a general intelligence check
Why would I say
Can
that?
everyone roll it?
if you really want to.
I don't know.
Oh wait, I'm dead.
Yeah, you're dead. You can't roll.
I know nothing.
Oh.
We're just
21.
gonna put it like that. I rolled a 1.
Me too.
I don't even know my name.
I
So-
want to do something.
10.
Give me a dice.
Roll.
General intelligence check.
Yes, general intelligence.
That's
7 doesn't help.
So conveniently, Emmon's the only one who passed the DC.
Convenience. Go.
Ammon, you would know that the life force of a nymph is tied to the forest where they are from. If it's a forest nymph, or if it's a water nymph tied to the body of water they are from.
So she has to be in the forest.
Well,
Not
it doesn't-
necessarily.
Her forest is dying.
I hug Nympho.
Okay.
I hug Nympho.
What was this screech? Why?
I hold Nympho because I can't do anything. I don't know what to do.
Who says that?
Apparently us.
terrible.
We're terrible people.
Nah, this happens all the
Yeah,
time.
we are.
Oh, I feel terrible.
Do you say that in character?
Maybe.
I throw a dagger at you.
Oh!
Dexterity check.
I also throw a
No,
rope
no,
at
it's roll to hit. There is no dexterity check involved.
Oh, a natural 19.
you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is.
My DC is
Plus
my
4.
armor class is 19.
Well,
Okay.
it hits
Plus
either way.
4.
It hits either
So
way.
23 hits.
Okay.
Jonathan, if that was just a natural 19.
It
overall-
hits. I don't care what you have to say right now. Shut up.
Does anyone have a D4?
Um,
I got it before.
I'll take them back.
that was.
Feel.
There you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
You got it.
meh.
3.
Okay, you take 3 points of slashing damage as
Oh,
this
yeah.
dagger clips your ear.
Ooh, oh.
Hey, now I can get a piercing thing.
No, it's the top of your ear.
I can get something shoved in
A
there.
helix.
Just
Yeah,
shove
get
in
the
there.
helix one.
Just
Ugh.
Even from the afterlife, Jacob's like, oh,
okay.
oh.
So, you're all just kind of standing there,
I thought it was-
waiting for something to happen.
Yes.
I feel
There's
terrible
not
and I'm
I
probably
don't know
going to
what's
start
going on. We're
crying.
doing a
By
ritual.
the way, dagger goes off the gazebo and lands on something.
On someone.
On some.
You just lost a dagger.
Just money my own day. Oh, gosh!
That's 2 daggers gone. You've lost 2 of them.
No, I've
one
lost-
of
I have infinite daggers. I
one
throw
of them
off the
disintegrated.
Stop
You just
throwing
threw
daggers
another
at
one.
It's raining daggers. Woo! Hallelujah.
Everybody gets a dagger. You get a dagger. And you get a dagger. Why do you get a dagger?
You remember that whole thing where you tried to stab a god? Uh-huh.
Oh wait, I have no daggers now. 1 second.
Yeah.
Do you want one? Here's one.
Very funny.
Oh, I wish you would have took it.
Anyway, what
What?
happens?
Okay.
If anything happens.
So you're all just standing there, waiting for something to happen,
Yes.
I think it already happened.
and you don't notice anything happening.
Because the 2
Okay.
pulses were the thing.
Did it work?
You don't know.
And what?
Almost. Did it work?
I'm not sure.
Helpful.
Yay. Intelligence check, did it work?
Arcana check.
Arcana check, did it work? That's a 15. The DM is debating.
You don't know. These are ancient and powerful magics. So you don't know.
If it's powerful, shouldn't I notice it?
I threw it around to see if it's magical! Non-magical. I threw it around anyway!
Okay.
Is your nose bleeding?
No, my face for some reason.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay.
That's not good.
Meh. This happens a lot.
Maybe that's what they mean when they say your cheeks turn red.
No, that's my entire face. And second off, it's not red. It's more like what's deeper
What's the
than
opposite
red?
of red?
What's deeper,
Deeper
than
than red? Scarlet.
Crimson.
Maroon?
Scarlet. Crimson.
Crimson is orange.
No.
Probably more maroon.
Yeah, I'd go with Scarlet then.
Yeah. Crimson's like a dark
Scarlet's
red.
Scarlet's a
Why are we
bright red.
debating over colors?
I'm right!
Why are we debating
Oh.
colors? Are you serious?
Here we go,
Are
this is
you?
the same
We're
thing.
seriously
No,
looking us up.
no.
Crimson
We're
is
looking
dark
up
red.
the difference between colors.
That's Scarlet.
That's Scarlet.
Maroon is this color. Red is technically this color.
What's crimson?
And crimson is
Crimson
darker.
is this color.
Yeah.
Huh.
Vermilion's about the same color as scarlet, and purple it just looks weird.
Vermilions are
Purple is wrong in some way. I'm just saying.
Get out of here, purple!
There's
You're
also
drunk.
burgundy and coral
No.
and fuchsia.
Go home, Coco.
Anyways,
Okay.
sorry about that, guys.
All right. So again, let's what are we doing? So we're waiting for something to happen. Nothing seems to be happening.
And Almont doesn't know whether or
I
not
jump
it's worked.
off the tower.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not catching him.
I'm becoming
I can't.
distressed.
I'm dead.
Robasa is having crippling guilt and
Oh,
maybe
survivor's
close to having a actual full-on
So why
panic
did we
attack.
need an oracle?
To tell us where the pier was. That's all we needed.
Is that it?
Yes.
And how to do the ritual. The oracle is like the only one who know how to do the ritual.
Other than Alamont.
Actually, technically that's not true.
Does the Oracle know how to do the ritual?
Well, no, the Oracle knows how to do the ritual.
Wasn't there a certain Oracle that knew how to do the ritual?
Ed starts walking down the stairs.
Ed starts walking down the stairs.
I'm so
Freaking sacrifice
confused.
was
What we're
in
supposed to
vain,
do
apparently.
right now?
Something happened.
Of course it did.
Don't
Also,
know
like,
what
you see
happened.
a 1,000-foot tall man, and that's the All-Maker!
And we're all
Please
dead.
no.
But you totally do that actually.
No, you do not see that.
Don't see.
Although you do see
A giant squirrel!
However,
Whatever.
there's always a however.
Oh.
We should just end it right here. If we get this.
Dude, you're
Just
killing
make a
me.
yan.
Go, we don't have a lot of time.
Did you just make a yan?
I don't know what I
17
mean.
minutes, go.
I'm just stretching out. I guess you can always go
Gavin
back.
yan.
Not consciously.
He's
changing the music.
Oh,
No,
That sounds.
that one's the Zakash theme. I can't do that one.
okay.
The fact that you're looking for something similar scares me. Nope.
No.
Actually, no, I did.
Where's the Happy Tunes?
Instead of repelling the All-Maker, we summoned him to us.
Oh, freak.
This one works.
That would suck.
Please let it be! Let it be!
Let it be.
Which one? The one where we repel the All-Maker, or the one where we
Oh, no,
actually
that's
summon
made.
him to us instead?
My plan.
No, no.
Your plan?
My plan.
Oh.
So,
Yes.
Wait, let's talk about the song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's
wait,
made
wait.
to you. Yeah, that's how it goes.
I need you all to roll a perception check.
Oh no.
Can I use my passive perception?
Fine.
Do I get all that 20
I
because I'm
see
dead?
nothing.
I
rolled
see
7.
nothing.
16.
I get all that
Can I
20 no
use my
matter what.
passive?
I'm a ghost.
Sure.
I'm too focused on clicking my knee.
So what'd you get?
4.
What'd you get?
I'm dead.
Alright, you're dead. You rolled 0. So what'd you get?
Or natural 20s.
A natural
I
0.
don't see
Good job.
anything.
You rolled 8.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
20 obvious. I see nothing.
So what'd you roll?
16.
So, Yoonju,
Oh, I got you and you.
Really, for once I actually passed a perception check. This is a first.
you feel the ground shaking.
Oh, so how did the others not feel the ground shaking?
It's a subtle shake.
It's subtle.
It's
You-
a
you
Guys, the ground is shaking.
You have to be quiet. You shouldn't be able to hear too much at all, and also you have to be not moving.
Guys, the
Or
ground's
crying.
starting to shake.
I'm crying right now.
Alamont, what did you do?
What did we do?
I did nothing.
Why are we blaming him?
We did nothing.
Why are we blaming him?
However,
However,
Oh, they're supposed to have our
do you remember when I said that Alton was a reflection?
Oh dear.
We've shattered the mirror!
Well, there is one thing that's not.
okay.
So, and I believe that thing is coming.
The All-Maker?
No.
Something much worse.
Okay, so something worse than the thing that's
45
trying to
minutes.
destroy the multiverse. Alright!
A Tarask!
No.
Oh.
Please.
Who's saying karaoke?
Nice.
Is it the Lord? Is the Lord attacking everyone?
The Lord can't make the ground shake. He doesn't have power over the elements. He has power over the underground.
What is in a reflection?
Is the underground shaking?
Well, all the continents, all the seas are reflections. The sky even is a reflection. But there's one thing that's like nothing else on the top.
A Balrog.
I think Christian gets what I'm going for.
Anisha?
I have no idea.
There are mountain ranges, there are forests, rivers, all reflections.
Except for the ever-rising mountain.
I can't believe you.
It makes sense.
Ever rising mountain.
That thing right there in the middle.
It just keeps going and going.
We're done. I'm done. Guys,
Does that mean this place is breaking apart?
No.
No.
not yet.
However, do you remember where my brother was imprisoned? This is Kavar saying this, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, strong thought.
He was imprisoned in a gemstone that was in a reflection.
We are in a gemstone.
We were inside the gemstone?
What?
No!
Gemstone
No!
reflection. As if we didn't actually rescue your brother's reflection.
It's the reality stone.
No, we rescued my brother,
It just gets to the point, dude.
but we only destroyed the reflection of the gemstone.
So the real one.
He's still trapped.
And the gemstone was a heart.
What did we do?
Oh! You guys are effed! You guys are fucking.
What did we do?
So did we kill all of
Mine.
them or did we kill the all makers?
Heart!
What?
Heart
Neither.
of the world.
We killed the world.
Something's
We
alive.
killed the heart of
Something's
Solari.
alive.
Oh my god!
What?
No?
What? How would you guys have killed the world?
No, I'm saying did we kill
No,
Solari?
Failed!
The heart of the freaking ever-rising god.
So,
The mountain is crumbling.
No,
As-
it's alive!
as a recap for you all, when you were in the void, when specifically they were talking to the Allmaker,
Yes.
he said you saw the heart of the beast.
The heart of the beast.
You get what's going on?
No, I'm still.
Oh
I'm horrible at riddles.
It's
I
alive!
know!
It's what?
It's alive.
The
The
mountain's
mountain
alive?
is alive!
Shouldn't we have freaking killed it if we?
It's a mountain!
Okay.
Yeah, nice!
Reflection!
So are we just, were we in like the labyrinth?
It's half of
Like
a
in
being.
Avatar The Last Airbender labyrinth?
More or less.
She's saying now I have to find the freaking mountain.
Pretty much.
More or less.
The heck, Derek!
So, and with that,
Wait. As soon as like you guys are panicking, you can just feel the tap on her shoulder. And it's just freaking Dodger. It's just a spirituation of Dodger.
My god.
Okay,
you-
fine.
Your boyfriend just showed up.
I'm sorry. I really am. What?
I just thought I'd throw a dagger at it.
Oh my gosh! Ed, no!
I'm a hologram!
The ghost
no, you're
through.
not.
You're a ghost.
You're a ghost.
I'm climbing down the stairs anyway. It doesn't matter. I should be at the ground by now.
Just finishes.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna end our session today, guys. We have to find a freaking mountain!
And
We will see you all next time.
Come
I will
And
never
we will
see
end
you
with
guys
the
again.
regular outro.
This is my final episode. Goodbye.
for now.
Courtesy of the Misfits.
The misfits.
Come on!